Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon Queen here on Dork Tales. I hope you're all doing well tonight. My name's Kelly. I'm your Dungeon Master for the evening. I use he and him as my pronouns. And folks, we are back in the main plot. We are in the final chapter of this book, chapter 7. And I am really excited. This is a long chapter, folks, with a definite middle bit. So I honestly think that it's a little like Deathly Hallows truncated. There's the before and after bit. We're going to be getting into this. It's going to be a lot of fun. But before we do, we need to say hello to our cast. So let's go around in a circle, starting with Christine.
Hello, I'm Christine. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I get to play Kelara Vingard, our human cleric of Mystical.
Nice. Over next to you, we've got Chris.
Hello, I'm Chris. I go by Blogg in the chat. A little under the weather tonight, but I need some real life healing. I play Godfrey Highvalor, and looking forward to hitting some things with my spear.
With your spear, with your Dragonlance. Down in the corner, we've got Robin.
Hi, I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Rizira Moonbrush, our swashbuckling Kender rogue. You may notice that my hair looks a little different. So I'm living at a different house because of Rockslide. And I packed all of my costume bits on Sunday night, but apparently forgot my wig cap. So my wig is here. My hair is so slippery that anytime I move it and the top knot is right at the center, that the wig falls off. So I had the wig. I just don't have the thing to put on between the wig and the hair. So you get short-haired brown Kender. Rizira borrowed my hair for the night. It's fine. She will return it, hopefully. But yeah.
Welcome.
The road's open though. So next week I will hopefully be back to normal.
Nice. All right. Next to you, we've got Cal.
All right. I read something in the intro about someone sieging the Kalaman. I'm sure it has nothing to do with
yeah, it's just siege effects showing up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my name is Cal. I'm Neo Cal in the chat. I use he, him pronouns, and I am playing Aurontiros Caladon, Qualinesti Elf Bard, who uses whatever pronouns people fancy.
Ooh, you're
Talks
fancy.
to the animals and plants.
And also fancy, we have Jen.
The fanciest. Hey, I'm Jen. I use she, her pronouns. And tonight I play Hazeal Nightgranite, our dwarven lunar sorcerer, who has all of the spells and just got a new spell. And I'm very excited.
It is going to be, I look forward to that. Folks, I am very excited. This chapter is pretty exciting. There are some things that I'm going to be making changes to in this one. So if you're watching later and you're like, that seems a little different, it's because I'm going to be changing some stuff. Normally we try to stay pretty vanilla in our modules and have our homebrew games kind of open up, but for this last chapter I want things to make a little more sense, be a little more Dragonlance-y, and be a little more climactic. So I'm actually making things a lot harder for you all. So I hope you enjoy, because I know you guys like rough fights.
Yeah. Also, Kelly. I forget. I don't know if I updated my character sheet or the thing.
Yep.
I forget, did level 10 rogues get an ability score?
Do they?
I think so. I think so, yeah.
Yeah, usually.
Okay, so then I just didn't save my sheet properly.
I reached level 10 with my rogue in Baldur's Gate 3 and got
yeah, okay, I get an ability score improvement. I forget if I told you. Yeah,
or a feat.
I wanted Dex 20.
Dex 20? Yeah, done.
Yeah, cool. I just wanted to know for like I forgot. Good job, me.
No worries there. All
You've
right.
been a little busy. I think we can forgive that.
Just a tad.
I'll forgive you this time. All right, so folks, we're gonna be hopping into game in just 1 minute. Before we do, I really gotta say thank you to our sponsor, our forever sponsor, Bookwyrm Games. Bookwyrm Games is a phenomenal Vancouver area proprietor of dice because, hey, if you're looking for dice, they have more than 168 different types, from acrylic to resin, metal to liquid core, actual gemstones. I've heard as well that they've increased their gemstone D10 selection into full D10 sets so that you don't have to order them in 6 sets anymore. So you can order small sets, big sets, whatever you need. You can also get things like familiar scented candles, rolling trays, dice bags, tea. You can get edible dice if you need to show off how many dice you can eat without having a very unfortunate time a day or two later. And you also can get a monthly item mystical subscription with fun surprises every month and save 10% when you use code DorkTales on checkout. All one word, DorkTales. So go to Bookwyrm Games right now. They're a wonderful sponsor. They're wonderful people, and they deserve to have your business, and you deserve to have some new dice. Thank you to Bookwyrm Games for sponsoring us, and some big announcements for them coming soon. But I need to make sure that I am approved to say, but let me just say this, folks, they're about to release some stuff in the next couple months that is going to blow your socks off. It is literally the biggest, in many ways, thing that they could possibly do. And they're doing it at rates that are going to blow the competition out of the water. So some great gaming paraphernalia, we'll say, some gaming help that you'll be able to pick up through them. And I'm very, very excited for you to hear about that. So thank you to Bookwyrm Games. All right, folks, so without further ado, I think it is time for us to head back into Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen, here on Dork Tales. Last time on Dragonlance, you all managed to defeat Belafeyon, the blue dragon posing as one of the devouts of Takasis. From there, you managed to disrupt the magic that was keeping Onyari afloat, or at least the threshold of the heavens. From there, it tumbled, and you tumbled with it, using some very hastily casted floating spells to make it down to the ground okay. After rescuing a couple of wounded dragonels, or at least isolated dragonels, you were able to fly out of the city and reconnect with the Kalaman troops. There, Darrett explained the gravity of the situation as behind you, you watched the city crumble as the bastion of Takasis rose to the sky. A flying citadel, a weapon of untold power. And that is where we are going to pick game up. Kalaman surviving soldiers made camp on a bluff, east of the city of Lost Names, or what remains of it. In the distance, a constellation of rocks floats in the air, some the size of islands, others little more than boulders. However, the largest island advances south from the ruins, positioning itself among the reassembling dragon army forces. The island holds aloft a sinister temple, with an otherworldly violet light gleaming from its cracked walls. Its exposed foundations crawl with creatures of blackened bone and violet flame. As you watch several of these skeletal dragons spread tattered wings, lurching to the sky to circle the citadel like giant vultures. As you are watching from here, taking a moment among the rest of the Kalaman troops with Darrett to look back, I'd like anybody who is watching to give me a perception roll.
Can do. Oh, well, not that I needed it, but I just rolled a nat 20.
Oh,
That's
great.
a good start.
Nice. 26 for Riz.
26?
You said a perception, right?
Perception, yes.
So with my +1, that is a total of 2 because that's a nat 1.
Nat 1, you're getting a sense that this citadel is already approaching. You can see it in the distance, and it gives that that effect where you're seeing the parallax of it as it begins to slowly shift from the background and move closer. Kelara, what did you and Godfrey get? If you're looking, or are you looking elsewhere?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Okay.
14.
14. So Godfrey, keeping a look at it, you're still a little sore from your healing. You're a little distracted. The rest of you, looking at it here, you are going to notice that the Flying Citadel looks like it will be an immense weapon. A battle station from which the dragon army can mount offensives and drop hellfire down upon their enemies. A mobile battle station. However, they only have so many dragonels. And with the Citadel airborne, you are going to watch over the course of about 10 minutes. As long as you keep your distance, you think you'll be fine, because right now, the Dragonels and the Dragon Army officers are spending a lot of time mobilizing, carrying troops up into it, carrying supplies up into it from the city below. At this rate, given their limited supply ability, you have days before this thing will be fully operational. Enough time for you to get away, perhaps.
Do we see any, like, we see Dragonels and Dragon Army officers. Do we see any other, like, do we see dragons at all? Other than, like, Lord Soth on his death dragon.
You see several smaller dragons made of bone and purple flame. Horrifying creatures, roughly the size of the young dragon that you just fought. But at present, those are the only dragons that you see.
Okay.
So there's an upside, at least.
So I'm guessing we have a few days advance on them. They look like they're still going up and down a lot. Maybe to supply things. It's not. They should have honestly loaded up the island first and then taken off. But you know, far beyond it's me to give them logic. It's our gain.
I think that was probably the plan before we brought that thing down.
Oh,
Levna says.
Yeah.
So good on us. We just bought ourselves some time.
Oh, they're going to go for it. I mean, those mirrors were the last one was pointing at Kalaman. We have to get back. We have to warn them. We have to bring the army back.
And we will, Darrett says.
I don't think
but
there's
the army's
much else we can do here.
The army's in no state to go and assault it from here. We're going to mobilize.
Gonna look.
Yes, Riz is going to look around.
She's not going to look around. She's going to look at her party and be like, also, I think we should go pay a visit to Heart's Hollow. We may need to go talk with someone who might be able to help us.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
I don't know
Loosen
what you're
the
talking
armor,
about,
Levna.
but... What?
Like, show little cleavage. We need to talk to your girlfriend.
I don't have a... No. No. We're not... I don't know what you're talking about, Darrett will say, but... As an advanced scouting party, you've been able to make it a lot farther and faster than all of us. I think it would be best, no matter what you decide to do, you hasten to Kalaman as soon as possible, to bring some word of this to Marshal Vendry. We have some places along the eastern coast that we plan to ferry out of from here, but it'll take us, at this rate, probably 4-5 days to reach it at a hard march.
We don't know how long that city, how fast it can move.
Which is why Kalaman needs to be aware of what's coming as soon as possible. You should take Rookeldust and Cudgel with you. They can help convey this trouble. Hazeal, obviously you have a way of making yourselves fly.
No. I don't.
I don't know. I don't know what wizards do, or mages
Nope.
do.
I can
Okay.
keep us from falling, but that's about it.
Also good. I don't mean
Yeah,
to
it's very
diminish your
handy, Yellow.
victories. So there's a place on the eastern seaboard that we could meet you called Dreadwolf Cove. It's where we intend to meet the fairies if you need a ride back on your own. If you reach there earlier, they can probably spare you a ship. He looks across the battlefield at the bodies strewn. We won't need all of the ships we brought.
And a small team can move faster than a larger army.
Yeah. I'll go get Rookeldust and Cudgel to travel with you, if you're amenable to it.
I don't see a problem.
I think it's our best shot.
All right. In the meanwhile, if you need to catch your breath, do so here. As long as we stay away, I don't think they're going to be coming for us anytime soon. We're too defensible of a position right now until they can get over us. Why risk the casualties, right?
That is quite a thing there.
With that, Darrett will leave the group, giving you each a brief smile, tense. You can see that despite his age, he's already starting to get some wrinkle lines around the corners of his eyes and at his mouth from the forcing of smiles. He's definitely aged up since you met him just a few short weeks ago? Months ago? Gods, how long has it been? What do you all do?
I think we need to go talk to our scaly friend. I think something that large and our army, that I think we have to try and convince her to help us.
Kelara will just kind of cut her eyes over to where Levna is.
What? Why are you looking at me like that? What?
I think it would take more than Levna's charm to convince her to engage in war. She made her...
She was pretty clear.
If it comes to defending her home, she would take action, but...
I mean, the dragon army's going to try and take over all of Kryn. It's all at danger. Her home is at...
She doesn't see Kryn as in its entirety as her home. She sees Heart's Hollow as her home. So long as she can keep it hidden and safe, she will do so. It may not be the choice that we would make, but I have to respect it.
Rizira does have a point, though. Perhaps...
I think the situation's changed a little bit, and maybe with information on what's happened, that might help. But if she still says no, she says no.
And we waste... Do we waste time going there? Haven't looked at the map for some time.
Is it on the way to Dreadwolf Cove?
Anybody who wants to can make me a survival roll.
10.
10?
15.
15?
18.
18? 17?
21.
21.
Yay.
All of you are thinking that the eastern side of the northern waste is particularly rocky, craggy. It's where a lot of those like knife-like formations of rock were, where the wash was. Kelara, you'll clue in first, though, that everyone will kind of get the sense of like, okay, that seems like we were over near that coast with Dalamar. That probably is kind of around that area, because there were a lot of places where a boat could dock. But Kelara, you'll know immediately that they must be talking about where you fought that creature with Dalamar, inside of that cave, where he picked up that shard of glass.
Was that where we met him?
No, this is where he left you the last time.
It's where I threatened him in his head.
Yeah, where Hazeal blackmailed him.
And
Yeah.
I tried to tie his feet. I tied his feet together.
You did tie his
and
feet
he threatened
together.
My
You did.
life.
So, and you remember that was
that's where you tied up Dalamar.
Mhm. So that is like over on the eastern side, whereas the Heart's Hollow, the not peninsula, the plateau that it is on is kind of in the mid center of the northern side of the Northern Wastes.
Hazeal, do you know if that gate that you were able to open is still functional?
In theory. I don't.
Passing through that? Because that was near-ish to Heart's Hollow.
So yeah, if
I
had
in
to-
real life have no recollection of what was close to where, so I don't know what
Totally.
Hazeal would
Yeah.
So,
would say.
I'll just kind of give you a summary. So basically, right now, you are near the giant spine, kind of at the northern corner of the map. So say if the map's like this, you're kind of like up here. If you want to go to the eastern coast, this is where Dreadwolf Cove is, almost at a right angle from you, like a straight line to the coast. If you go almost at a straight line, well, kind of like a diagonal straight line to the west, just slightly off center, you are going to reach the big plateau where there was a giant portal that you walked through that connected down to the south, down below Stormstep, and kind of saved you about a week's worth of travel. And at that portal, you were like basically in the neighborhood of Heart's Hollow.
Okay, but in terms of travel time, can we estimate how long
So
each route would take?
It would
Let's-
still take longer to
I think it would, but
go to Heart's Hollow and
It-
then go to the coast.
it's
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
whether it's a day extra or like a week
A
extra.
week.
So you don't have
Right? We
Clystern
might
with
be
you
able to
right
spare
now.
a day.
But
Pardon me?
you don't have Clystern with you right now, so you don't have the double movement, but you do have the regular double movement from Habakkuk's Blessing. So
Yes.
with Habakkuk's Blessing and moving fast, I'm assuming you guys are going to be like just pushing. That
Yeah,
is
we're
going
not
to be
stealthing this.
at normal pace. You can move 2 hexes per day, which is a total of 12 miles. So let me just double that to 24 miles or 30 miles if you are doing a fast pace. So doing a quick, I thought we were away from measuring. Okay, and each hex is 6 miles. So that means you can move 5 hexes in one day. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. You can make it to Heart's Hollow in one day at a fast pace. And then you can make it to Dreadwolf Cove from Heart's Hollow in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a day and a half. Or you could make it to Dreadwolf Cove in 1, 2, 3, 1 day if you go straight there. So basically, they're about a day and a half apart, and they are they're each a day from your current location. So with the basically triangulated, it's a day and a half.
Oh, yes, the Pythagorean theorem.
Yes, exactly. Hazeal would know it. It's used in
Would
stone
she?
cutting all the time. Are you kidding?
That's
Dwarves
fair.
are all Art Deco.
Yeah, but it's about she didn't necessarily do a lot of that herself. She knows a bit about it.
You pick it up. You pick it up in school, I'm sure.
I also just can't remember what Hazel's intelligence is, so that's
19
part of
at
it.
least. At least 19.
at least 19. Cool.
When
Cool, cool.
stone's
I'll just-
concerned, yeah.
I'll just
Yeah, just
change
change
that.
Just change it.
Very, 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 very stupid suggestion here. This is gonna be Riz here. And please, everyone in the party, feel free to say
Agree
no.
with you wholeheartedly. Oh,
Sure.
Mhm.
But Riz is gonna suggest this because this is what comes to her brain. Well, why don't we just split up? Some people can go for the day advance and warn Kalaman. Other half can go to Heart's Hollow, try and convince Levna's best friend over there to join us, and then come back.
What if we send... I was going to say we could send... I don't know if they know the way. Brookle Dust
Oh,
and Cudgel.
yeah.
But maybe if one of us can lead them there, then the rest of us could go to Heart's Hollow.
I was thinking about what spells I might have that have any sort of distance, but I think it's still too far.
And it was Levna and Kelara that didn't get Habakkuk's blessing, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
So
They get covered under one of ours, but yeah, they don't
Yeah,
have it themselves.
they get covered, but I mean, like, we can't have just one of them do either.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, because they wouldn't be able to move as fast.
Yes,
Correct.
yes, that's exactly what I was trying to remember. Like,
Yeah.
We could split up, but I don't know if I like that. If
so
we...
just
I don't like it
trying to
either.
figure out if we can get over there enough to let the dragon know,
well, try
as
and
well as
convince
do
her.
anything.
Try and ask her for her aid. Try and see. Though, if we do get a dragon, then we can fly on a dragon.
I
Though
don't know
she
if
may
all
not
of
want
us
to
could.
reveal herself too early.
Yeah. If we get a secret weapon, you don't just say, "Hey, I have a secret
yeah.
weapon."
Yeah, that's right.
On
But we
that
can
topic.
also get Clystron to help us get back. With Clystron, he seemed to know.
On
It was
that-
he, right? Not like they. I forget if Clystron was he. or
Question is a
they.
he.
He. Okay.
Yeah.
They're probably watching us.
Probably.
Like us specifically.
Especially since we didn't smash up the
those.
place. We should have destroyed that.
So what do you want to do?
She's okay. I know that
That's a
I
good
know that-
observation.
there's other opinions, but we got her a dragon egg. She's not gonna leave that.
She has more to live for now.
But also, they found that dragon egg before. Who knows that they won't be able to find it again? She may not. It may she may get away with it, but it also may come to her. I want that egg protected too. If we can get her to help protect Olive Queen.
Why don't I just send her a message?
That's
What?
what I was
Like a
trying to
letter?
think of.
A bird?
Some-
Do either of you have sending?
Yeah,
Oh, we can do that. Well, it's not
I'm
like
a
you.
cleric.
Oh yeah. Riz does not. You've not. I don't think you've used sending this game, Christine. So I don't know.
She's mentioned
no.
it.
I have tried to use it multiple times. You guys keep saying "fuck you." We're going to use the fucking machine instead.
I
I've
kept
been
trying to let you
trying
use
multiple
it.
times to use it, and every time you've
It's a third
Ron
level
lost
spell,
me.
so it's a big spell.
Yeah, I keep
Keeps trying to offer it.
Okay, well, that's fair.
being like, don't use the machine. Why are we using the machine?
That's a fantastic idea.
Move to use the machine.
Right?
I can just
Yeah.
do it from anywhere.
Wow, thank you for letting us know that you could do this.
So I started like trying to figure out a message. I can only use 25 words. It's very short, but I think we can probably get something down. What was the city's name again that went up in the air?
The
Anari?
city of lost
Anyari?
names.
Anyari.
Onyani, yeah.
Bad guy floating island.
That's way more words than Anyari.
Okay, it needs to start with, hi, it's us. Hope little
No.
baby is okay.
No, she knows who we are.
Does she?
The spell will tell her who's talking to her.
I'm gonna go up to Kelara and just try and whisper, if you can, make sure to say Levna says hi.
I've got 20.
What's your armor class, Godfrey?
19.
You're gonna
What's
get hit in
Levna's
the
passive
armor.
Perception.
You know, it really feels like it's
And where were we gonna
talking down to the seriousness of the situation when you keep joking about Levna and
I agree.
And where was it we were? We are going to go to the cove?
We're going back
It's
to Kalaman.
human.
Calaman.
It's a human.
Yeah, we don't
sentiment.
want her to meet because then we're waiting an extra. I guess if she says yes, she can probably meet us there.
Yeah. But we're gonna if she's going to help, either a message back or her showing up in Kalaman are the two best things.
Yeah.
All right, so Anyari raised, weapon in dragon army's hands. Please help. They'll threaten you if they take over. We're heading to Kalaman. Can we convince you, please? I think that's 25.
I think that's the best we got.
All right.
I mean, try. I think that's a great. If she says yes, I just figured an in person's a little harder to say no than like a spell. But I think it's a good chance.
Go for it.
How do you do this?
Well, it's got a vocal, somatic, and material component. So she's gonna fish out a fine piece of copper wire, probably from the pack with the far gab.
Okay.
And I think
Take the copper wire from the far gab and just be like, I'm better than this.
Yeah, I got more distance. And
Alright.
she's just gonna kind of hold it, I think, and focus in on it and chant the vocal components and like a
Chanting those
prayer to Mystical to send it on and
Your
think really
words.
hard.
Your words will vanish as soon as you say them. There's no echo around. There's no reverberation in the air. It's like your words are being plucked directly from the air in front of your mouth and carried across untold distance. And as you do that, silence comes between you. I would like you to do me a favor. I want you to make me a persuasion roll with disadvantage, Kelara.
Persuasion is not good for me. I used please twice.
You did. That's why you're getting a roll.
Yes.
You have determination. Everyone does, actually.
You have inspiration.
Are you
Inspiration?
giving her bardic inspiration? Okay.
Yeah, nobody gets inspiration really, as a
I'm
matter of
gonna
course.
play it.
Okay.
gonna
He's going to play you a
inspire
tune,
the
so you have a D10 that you can add to this roll.
Okay.
Oh, I need to roll the d10? Or
Nope, she's going to roll it. She adds it to her sheet.
Mhm.
I'm going to use determination to make that 24.
24. Okay. Is there anything else anybody can do to buff this up at all?
Nope.
Okay.
I
I think that's probably
can
it.
play her out. I can play her out.
You
That's
play her out?
all
Okay.
I
24?
can do.
Okay.
Can other people speak through?
No.
Her sending?
No.
Unfortunately, they cannot. So you speak those words, and they are plucked directly from you and carried. And then there is a moment of silence. And then inside your mind, you will hear a voice, old and thoughtful, echo inside of your mind, Kelara. I understand. I cannot leave the egg alone. These people need protecting. But I will see what I can do. Head to Kalaman. I will do what I can. And the message will fizzle in your mind.
Okay. She won't leave. But she did say she'll do what she can. And she did acknowledge that we should go to Kalaman. So hopefully if she is able to do anything, she'll send it there.
Hopefully.
All right, so do we rest up and go, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
A slightly disappointed look crosses Riz's face. I wanted to see that egg one more time before, if I was gonna be my last. Oh well.
We'll go see it after. It'll be fine.
Oh yeah, but this is our last adventure. If we're gonna die by the Kalin, fighting the dragon army and going to the next one.
Nobody's dying fighting the dragon army, dummy.
No, it's not like a Canterfield death. It's just the next trip.
But I'm pretty sure you've tried to die so many times already and haven't. That you're practically invincible by this point.
Trying to die and not being afraid of death seem similar on the outside.
I'm not trying to die.
What was that thing about the humor of the situation, Hazeal?
Different.
Oh.
I'm gonna go get some rest. I suggest the rest of you do the same. We'll head out first thing as soon as we wake up.
Yeah, sounds good.
There's got to be some tents around here or something, and at least maybe a beer. Anyone who wants to join me, you're welcome.
Sure.
All right. Is anyone doing anything before you hole up camp? Darkness is beginning to settle over the northern wastes.
In the last remaining bits of like sunlight, Riz is going to take out her map that she has, and she's going to start in beautiful gold and white. It originally was more like a brown color, but switched to white. A nice red, a brilliant blue, and then a black or like silvery color. And then of course her purple. She draws the journey that they've took and finishes the map from where she met Ispin. And she finishes the map.
Nice. You all get a moment of respite. There's a place for you to set up camp there at a small grove of basically stick brush. Trees that jut up out of the surrounding with not much clinging to them at all, but still struggling against the roughness of the northern wastes. The fire that you light keeps a bit of the cold out of your bones. Sure, the northern wastes are miserable during the day, but at night the temperatures drop sharply. And as the 6 of you sit around the campfire, resting, preparing to sleep, sure enough, Levna does manage to find some not incredibly tasty ale, but some ale, as well as a bottle of wine that she's able to talk off of someone for a trade. You all sit around the fire, preparing to sleep. Is anyone talking about anything? Or are you just staring into the dancing flames?
Suppose I'll check out this fashionable purse we snatched from... Oh... I suppose that was a dragon.
Yeah, it was.
A dragon.
We killed the dragon. But yeah, you got the killing blow.
I thought that room looked a little big when we peeked our head in.
What do you mean you peeked your head in? You were running after me because I stopped the dragon first. I stopped the dragon.
Well, let's not forget that Kelara brought Godfrey back to life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that means you owe her, like, a life debt, a lifetime of something, don't you?
Yeah, how are you gonna
Godfrey?
pay that off, buddy?
I mean, she gave you a diamond. Isn't it usually the other way around?
I guess I better,
Wait, that cost a diamond?
Did you not see her sprinkle, like, diamonds?
No,
or
I was too
something?
busy hacking the Draconian. Are you
I
sure you
did
didn't
too.
overpay?
I guess I better take better care of this life.
It's worth at least 300 gold with diamonds. Or 300 steel, I suppose.
At least.
Did you
Thank you.
see anything on the other side? You were dead for like 6 seconds.
Roll me a d20.
That'll be a 19.
You remember feeling very much the same feeling that you had inside of the Temple of Paladine. That feeling of warmth and a very paternal kind of feeling. A warmth. And you're reminded when you were a child. And I don't know, was Godfrey raised by his father? Does he have a paternal figure in his life?
Yeah,
Or did he for a short time at least?
You know, yes, well, sort of. Not, I guess for Godfrey, Ispin was actually more like that because his father was a bit of a dick to him.
You remember when Ispin was helping you train? And there's a certain way, when you've done something good at the end of a day, where you've sweat and you've bruised at sword training. And it's the feel of hands, impossibly large hands, compared to yours. Warm, rough. And the way that they lay there at the crook of your neck, ready to pull you into a headlock, ready to push you toward the bath, or just clamping down on your shoulder. The warmth that radiates through sore muscles. And you remember that, feeling like you were about to be embraced. And then being pulled back. And seeing Kelara's face smeared with tear and blood above you. You swear, just a moment, you could have heard some words. They sounded like, keep going. But to be honest, when you came to, there was such a ringing in your ears from the sound of clashing steel and the blood throbbing in them suddenly. You could have been mistaken.
It's not really clear. But, I'm very grateful for this second chance and this, this life that and you gave back to me. And I'll look right at Kelara, and I swear I'm going to do everything I can to take good care of it and take good care of and help protect you as you protect me. I think I need a little more time to think on what happened. So I'm gonna call it a night. And on that, Levna, all jokes aside, I just want to say two things. You did seem happy talking to her in a way that you haven't. And you fought a dragon. And for whatever it's worth, I'm proud of you. I know that wasn't easy.
Yeah, well, my,
Just take the compliment. For once.
Of course I was gonna fight the dragon. My numbskull squire was getting mulched.
I think it's X-Squire.
And he's always gonna be my... Oh, you're always gonna be my squire.
Yeah, but at least... I think you have to call him Sir, though, don't you?
I'm proud of you too, Sir Knucklehead. I mean, you've got a freaking legendary weapon. You got a Dragonlance. Do you know how I mean, you and I were both raised on stories of Huma.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to even think about that this is it.
Do you think he was as pants-shitting scared as we are?
How could he not be?
I don't know. Aurontiros, they tend to omit that kind of stuff in bard writings.
Mostly.
Isn't that what they say courage really is? That you're scared
Pooping
but
your
do it
pants
anyways?
on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what Kelara said, actually.
I was gonna say, doesn't it depend on how much you get paid as the bard if you're going to omit that from legend?
I've never been one to value what people can or what people will pay me. I don't even know how much I have on me now.
You have
What's in that?
nothing.
What's in that purse anyway?
Well, maybe the dragon hid something cool in this.
So, do you reach into the purse or do you dump it?
I'll look
Bag
inside.
of devouring.
It is
Bag
an
of
empty black bag, but it feels like there's something like in it, rattling
I
around.
can't
in it.
see into it?
No, it just looks dark.
Okay, well, since we're all nearby the fire, I'll just empty it.
Okay. You're just going to turn it upside down? All right, there is suddenly a deluge. It starts with a couple of coins just going... And then that becomes... As a rain falls down onto the immediate area surrounding the firelight. Just... It sounds like a rain stick of coins as not one, not two, but 1,000 ancient gold coins pour out of it.
Gold?
Yeah. Ancient gold coins, as well as a ruby holy symbol of Takasis. And on top of it, as you're... And then finally, there's just this little pause. And then a single spherical stone goes doop doop and falls out, rolling next to the firelight.
What is the stone? Pick it up and take a look-see.
So picking it up, you can see that it is a small, slightly... Well, it's a small sphere that looks like it has... It looks like it has some type of swirling matter beneath it. Anybody who's looking at this and has Arcana can make me an Arcana roll.
Oh boy. Oh. A mighty 13.
Mighty 13? Okay.
Hazeal,
Hazeal is not there.
she's not here, right?
Nope.
She went to bed? Okay.
She went and wandered off.
Okay. What'd you get? So 13, that's it? Looking at
Might
this...
as well use it before I lose it, right?
Your determination?
Determination. Yeah.
Sounds good. This looks like something you've seen before, or at least heard of before. An Ion Stone. It's a little magical stone that when you attune to it, it'll float around you and give you some type of benefit.
I remember somebody mentioning something like this. He's gonna look around for Hazeal.
Hazeal is not presently there.
Well, suppose I'll look after it until I can find her. Will it float? Around
If
Aurontiros?
you take time and attune to it, yeah.
Yeah, let's take time to do that, just to
Okay.
see what this thing does.
Sounds good. So
Nothing bad can happen, right?
So here's the deal. Cal, I can give you what it is in the book, or I can roll a d6 to determine what it does. What do you want?
I've been a fan of being random.
Sounds good. Why don't you roll me a d6?
Oh no, me?
Yeah.
Can I add my bardic inspiration?
It does not matter.
Oh, 1. I knew
One?
it was coming.
Okay. So
It's just on a chart, so it's not like
it's-
fail.
I
It blows
basically
up, and I take damage.
I didn't love what it did. So the original, I'll tell you after game what it did. As you let this float around your head, it's kind of this like pale bluish white stone. And as you let it float around your head, it will begin to start glowing, and the surface will begin to turn kind of like almost kind of like a deep purple as it floats around you. Raise your dexterity by 2 points. All dex related skills and your armor class go up by 1.
Oh boy, look out! It's armor class 17.
Okay.
And this is like an equipment bonus?
This is yeah, basically. Oh, pardon me, it is a deep red sphere. A red sphere that summons around your head. So it'll turn kind of like a deep red as it attunes to you. Originally, it was one of insight, but I figured that since Kelara already has wisdom 20, it wouldn't super help everybody here. So I figured adjusting it might be better. All right. So as Aurontiros kind of meditates on this for a bit, slowly this rock will start floating around his head, orbiting him like a small halo. Godfrey, you've gone off to go to bed. Kelara and Riz, what are you two doing?
I think Kalara's just sitting in front of the fire, just kind of staring at it at this point.
The fire embers continue to rise into the night. And Riz, you continue working on your map?
Yeah, for a bit. I think she decides she'll get bored and wander at some point, just start talking to random army officers to find out random stuff, because she's like, everyone's in kind of a solemn mood. She's like, I get it, but also she's like, meh.
Yeah, fair. Meanwhile, while this is going on, Hazeal, where are you?
Hazeal is off being alone and avoiding everyone that she knows.
Okay.
She's just spending some time in thought.
Is there anything that she's thinking about? Just kind of trying to get even?
She is steeling herself against the idea of losing more people she cares about.
As you are trying to focus on this and trying to steel yourself, you can't help but turn your eyes, your dark vision, seeing over the battlefield that was yesterday's horrible battle between the Red Dragon army and the Kalaman troops to the north of here. The northern waste sky is alight, streaking with stars, nebula, and everything else overhead. The 3 moons. 2 visible, 1 that you feel you could almost feel watching you. It's hard not to notice how many dead or dying still lie on that field to the north. But maybe it'll be better.
For the first time this entire chronicle, Hazeal is changing her focus for her lunar magic from full moon to new moon.
Ooh. What does that do?
It just gives me access to different free spells.
Mm-hmm. What, are they more protection oriented?
So not quite. Instead of shield, I get ray of sickness. Instead of moonbeam, I get blindness, deafness. Instead of dispel magic, I get bestow curse. Instead of death ward, I get confusion. And instead of rare telepathic bond, I get hold monster.
as you look up, you can see the outline, the broken hangnail that is the red moon above you. And as it begins to phase out, you still feel the small hill that you find yourself sitting beside awash in red light. This, as you change your spells, as you change your focus, attuning yourself to the waning eye of Lunatari, your magic shifts from being passive, defensive, and you choose offense. You choose an arsenal to deliver yourself, and more importantly, your friends, through the days ahead. You hope it will be enough.
Yeah. And then I'll make my way to bed.
With that, you rest. None of you dream that night. And soon enough, the embers of your fire will lie crackling, smoking in the morning. You awakened the smell of distant blood and iron, the sound of a camp being packed up. And with that, it is time to begin your trek. You gather up your things. Does anyone do anything before you begin to head out?
And make sure Riz has mage armor if she wants it.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she wants it.
Cool. You got it.
With my dex, I'm now AC 18 with a mage armor.
Also, just to let everybody know, Aurontiros, that did tumble out of the bag. That is a bag of holding. So if anyone has anything they want to stick in that bag, it will hold it.
I mean, we've been treating Riz's Kender bag a little bit as a bag of holding.
That's because you're a Kender, but this can absolutely go in there. You can put all those coins back. You can put back anything that you need.
Riz just dumps out, like, hold on, let me grab it, 1,000 silver pieces out of her Kender bag.
I was gonna say.
I mean steel, not silver. It's steel.
So, I know the Kender bags aren't actually bag of holdings, but don't put a bag of holding inside a bag of holding.
This is true.
No, Riz isn't putting her Kender bag in, but if you say it'll be lighter, Riz just starts pouring a bunch of like all the party loot into that bag, and you're just like.
Question.
Yes.
With those sorts of bags, are they kind of like automatically organized that you stick your hand in and think of what you want and it pops into your hand?
Yep, absolutely.
Why don't you try? And they're just going to hold it open for Kelara.
Alright, she'll think of like a gold coin.
Alright, a gold coin. You reach in and there is a gold coin.
Okay.
Oh, what about that holy symbol?
Why don't
I'll try too.
I carry it? Because it might hold the diamonds more safely.
So,
if anybody else tries to die.
There's that huge pile of like silver and gold now, and frustratingly, you're just everyone is just going to kind of see as if like a giant hand or an unseen force just like sweeps like all of them into the bag with a gesture of Aurontiros' hand.
Mage hand.
Because it's been taking a little bit more powerful than Mage Hand.
Bigby's hand.
You're using Bigby's hand to do this?
Elf hand. Telekinesis. I'm fluffing it up with telekinesis.
Nice.
Do you know how long this was taking last night? I don't know why I held the bag completely upside down until it was completely empty. But
Comedic effect.
I decided I wanted to do something else with my time. Oh, and they're gonna pick up that holy symbol. Forgive me, I forget who.
It was of Takasis.
Takasis. Maybe this shouldn't go in the bag. I don't know if Kelara, you want.
That's like evil dragon queen's symbol,
This is the
right?
Dragon Queen symbol. A 5-headed dragon with a big red ruby in the middle.
Does it have any
Shiny.
powers?
It doesn't appear to, but maybe you should wear it for a couple of days and find out.
No, you
It
know what
does
she's
look
gonna do?
fashionable.
It looks super expensive.
Riz wants it
Ooh.
real bad. Riz is eyeing it.
It's probably evil though. So Kalara's gonna take it off. And are we near the coast or just inland?
You're inland right now. You're about a day's journey from the coast.
She's gonna try and convince somebody to dig a hole for her somewhere where nobody else is looking. And she's gonna bury it like face down, stake it with a nail, like
Okay.
treat it like vampires in folklore type thing.
Okay, sounds good. You're gonna
Burying a witch with
you'll spend some of
How
your morning doing
obvious
that.
are you doing this?
she's taking it away very quietly, and I think she's gonna probably glance at like Rizira.
Aurontiros
like,
definitely
mage
gave
had-
it to them, being like, "Oh, you can banish this, right?"
And then, like, I think probably go talk to Levna and be like, I think this is an evil dragon symbol. We should go
Do you know
hide
how
it,
good
like,
that would
bury
look?
it so it can't do anything.
Like,
You sure you don't want
On
to
my
keep it
cloak?
on you in case you have to pretend to be one of her priestesses?
ooh,
I feel like it would probably do awful things to me if I did.
Like what?
I don't know, take control.
Yeah, let's bury it.
Make me evil. Something like that.
in the very
Do you want me
least,
to
we could
distract
pop
Riz?
the
Yeah.
rubies
others?
off, right?
Hey, Riz! Have you seen my helmet?
She's gone.
I'm not dumb, Levna.
Oh, I found it.
Thank you.
Here you go.
You're not helpful either.
What?
Oh. No, you're helpful.
Uh,
She's not. She's just being obtuse. You
I
killed
thought she
one
was more
dragon, and suddenly you're
acute.
not willing to cooperate with the team.
What?
Well,
We may need it to impersonate. Also, I'm sure we can get it like unconsecrated or whatnot, and then sell it for like a home.
Do you really want to buy a home with that?
Yeah.
I guess the market is pretty bad these days.
All right.
Hmm.
Come on, think of it.
You have 1,000 ancient gold coins.
and apparently 1,000 steel
And
coins.
a bunch of that wine that collectors will want to buy.
Like,
Provided
do you
they're
really
any
want
alive.
a cursed dragon pendant?
Okay, well, it's hypothetically cursed. Is there any
don't
obvious
know.
magical?
It's cursed.
Does anybody have detect magic?
No.
No.
I do. I
Does
just
anybody-
don't know if I want to waste a spell slot on something I know is evil.
Isn't it a
Right?
ritual?
It is a ritual, yeah. So you can just spend an hour casting.
Or 10 minutes?
Is it 10 minutes for a ritual?
I think so.
It depends on the
Okay.
spell.
Oh, yeah, it's an extra 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Then yeah. I always think it was an hour. I don't know what was wrong with me. So yeah, if you want to spend 10 minutes, you don't have to spend the spell slot.
Makes sense.
I mean, Hazeal doesn't care. She knows it's evil.
Fair.
Unless somebody specifically is like, can you do this and can we wait however long to do it?
Well,
then-
we can do it while we're eating breakfast. and-
Yeah, that's fine. We can.
Oh yeah, while
Yeah.
you're eating breakfast, I can spend my time casting a spell
Okay.
on something we know
Okay.
is evil.
You don't know it's evil. Does your holy
The dragon
symbol,
symbol.
Does your holy symbol give you magic, like curse people with goodness? If I wear it?
Does it?
That's not really a curse. Mishikal's not the type to curse people.
Yeah, but it's a holy symbol. Does your holy symbol also give people the good powers? That's what I'm asking.
No, but she's not a cursing goddess.
Yeah, have you ever heard Kelara swear?
Yes, I'm pretty sure she has.
I think we're about
Oh.
to.
It's fine. You can bury it or whatever.
Wait.
Perfectly
If we're
good.
being watched, maybe not.
Yeah, they could come get it.
Why don't we put it in the bag for now?
It was in the bag before. None of us are evil.
And
Yes,
As
but
long
you
as we
also
don't sleep
know
with
you
it
could-
under our pillow.
But you
and
don't know if
maybe-
they can track it either, because it was theirs up until very shortly ago.
They can already track us.
we
Yeah.
could always drop it in the ocean on the way
That's
by.
what I was thinking.
I like your thinking.
The ocean's a lot harder for them to just go get.
Are we going into the ocean?
We're going on boats.
Yeah.
We're going to the cliff to go on boats to go back to Kalaman.
We should be there tonight.
Okay.
But I do think it's, even if it might be an advantage to pretend to be one of the dragon goddesses' priests,
We'll
It's
think
inviting
on
trouble.
it until we
it's
reach the
inviting
boat.
trouble. Even if it isn't cursed, it's inviting trouble. Having that on us.
Yes, but we kind of invite trouble, don't we?
Also, I think anything that could give us a potential, give them pause or trip them up a little bit could be very useful on our behalf.
That's true.
Give them to think even for a second longer is better than not.
And then
Get
throw
them-
it at them really hard.
Exactly. Just like, here, have it back you wanted so much. Beam, hit them in the eye, blind them.
Or give them the focus to cast with. Because it might
Give
not
who
work for
the
us because it's
focus?
not our focus, but it'll work for them.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least they'll be hit in the eye.
Exactly. They'll be blinded.
Mm.
True.
I'm gonna go get Cudgel and Rookle Dust, and then we'll head out. Okay?
Sounds good.
And she will do so. A few minutes later, indeed, Levna will return with Rookle Dust, who is blabbing up a storm about whatever she's jotting in her notebook as she moves, and Cudgel will walk along as well. So, we're headed back to the coast. Do you really think you can get us there in time? She says. Seem like you've made some good progress. Yes, I'm actually really curious about that, how you're going to be doing that a bit faster. How did you make such good timing across the ways? Was it magic? Was it some type of conveyance? Do you have some type of cart? Some type of cart without a horse? Ooh, horseless
I think
cart.
it was
I can think what it is.
divine blessing.
Yeah, I just
Oh.
said Habakkuk. We went into a temple, got like
Well, so you had a
blessed.
cake that did this. Have a cake. Have a cake. And it must be the carbohydrates. The carbohydrates definitely will help you with your energy levels as you're heading across the ways. But how did you manage to do it without getting a sugar crash?
Just keep eating cake.
You look quite trim considering, but I guess that is a lot of steps. I try to make at least 20,000 a day, but I have small steps. Well, are we going?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we need to do anything else.
Okay. You make your way across to Dreadwolf Cove. Working as quickly as you can, it does not take you terribly long. The days are long in the northern wastes, and you make your way across the environ incredibly quickly. It's only 30 miles of hard trekked walking, and all of you are going to be quite you're going to be very you're still endowed with Habakkuk's blessing, so the trek is going to be great for most of you. I'd like everyone who has Habakkuk's blessing to roll me survival with advantage. Everyone else just roll me survival flat. I'll roll for Levna, I'll roll for Rookledust, and I'll roll for Cudgel. All right. Okay. So, I'm looking for, let's just do a quick call out. Looking for a 14.
I got exactly 14.
Perfect. All right, that's one success.
23.
That's two successes.
22.
All right, that's another
19.
success. That's another success. Kalara?
19. Sorry, we were putting it in the chat, so.
Oh, okay. All right, so you are easily going to avoid any of the wash that is up here. You're going to avoid some of the wasteland predators that are working their way around here, and you're going to make it quite a ways before anything happens. In fact, you are going to be, a couple of hours away from the edge of the water and Dreadwolf Cove. You're starting to see certain landmarks that you've seen in the past looming. A rock face that looks like a thinking giant, a valley in the distance that looks like it was cleft by lightning. And as you are making your way across, you are going to notice something in the air. 3 crimson dragonels appear in the sky, bearing riders from the Red Dragon Army, all besought in that Red Dragon Army armor. They pursue a 4th dragonel, but this one has no rider, and its scales are more of a coppery hue. A Dragon Army rider whips a net at the desperately fleeing quarry, and the unfortunate creature tumbles from the sky, crashing near to you. I'd like to know, are you intending on seeing what is happening, or do you want to keep pushing to the water?
I think any
This
chance...
Dragonel looked different.
It looked like, yeah, it was not wearing any of the riding equipment.
Have we seen wild Dragonels in the waste?
Yep, and Kleistern talked about some pretty incessantly.
Let's help it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, y'all, you know, Riz.
Well,
We're already
I have
making
to
good
answer
time.
the call of
The wild.
all of the wild. How do the rest
All
of you
right.
feel about intervening? I
All
would
right.
normally be more hesitant, but if they can see us in that tower, then
Chance to take out 3 more of their Dragonels, too.
Mm-hmm.
good point.
All right. All right, so approaching from kind of around to the east of this scene, you are going to come up on a scene of trouble. The Dragonel that has been captured with coppery scales is downed in the center of this field. There are a number of boulders to the east, to the west, and to the north, and you can see that there are 3 Dragonel riders that are preparing to touch down around it, pincering it in. A large net is wrapped around its wings, and they look like they're trying to capture it for some reason. Can I get an initiative roll off of everyone? Okay. And some 11.
Is today the day that I beat Rizira on her initiative?
Don't forget you have a +1 now because of your Ion Stone.
Oh, that's right.
We'll see, Cal, because at the last level I took a upgrade.
What? What did you take now?
Well, I put my dex to 20, so my initiative's now plus
Right.
13.
Yeah. Because I don't know how possible it is to,
Wow.
to be
I rolled a
Here,
19 on the
I rolled a
die,
19 too. Dang.
That means you go simultaneously.
Oh no, she got a total of 32.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We just rolled the same.
Yeah, we rolled the same number, but we don't add the
Oh.
same number.
All
Okay.
right, so let us hop into initiative phases. Let's take a look at what you guys rolled. So starting at the top, we've got Riz with a 32. Beneath you, we have Cal Aurontiros with a 26. Then we have Dragon Army Officer 1 with a 20. Then we have Hazeal with a 19. Then we have Levna with an 18. Then we have Kelara with a 15. Yeah. Then we have Dragon Army Officer 2, Dragon Army Officer 3, and then Godfrey down the list. And then I guess I should roll for Cudgel too. Cudgel has a 10. And Rookledust is not getting into this fight. Rookledust that's above Rookledust's pay grade. So
they're not a level 12 illusionist.
They're not a level 12 illusionist yet, but someday soon, perhaps. All right. All right. Ahead of you, you can see this trouble brewing. The Dragonels are beginning to touch down. They are still in the air about 30 feet, each of them. So, Riz, looking at this, what do you do?
Okay, so they're still 30 feet in the air.
Yes.
They will never suspect the Kender Inquisition. Bonus action, Kaganesti Forest Shroud. I would like to bamf up to one of the Dragon Army officers.
Okay.
For the sneakiest of attacks.
You know what? I'm gonna give you advantage on this attack.
I mean, I get it with the Kaganesti Forest Shroud, but I appreciate also.
I'm gonna give it to. Do you get it on the first action or all actions?
I mean, I use my bonus action to activate it, so I only get one attack.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, so I get one attack, but I appreciate I can have triple advantage.
Triple advantage, no, but go ahead and make me an attack roll. This is where I wish flat-footed existed in this system.
What's flat-footed?
You are denied your dex bonus to armor class. It's an old...
I mean, I rolled 2 18s on the die, so that's a good start. Plus 10 is 28 to hit.
Roll me sneak attack.
Yep. Oh, obviously, I'm sorry, I forgot about this because I have a million tabs, or can't have a million tabs open, but this is Scream Flame Blading this dragon.
Sure.
So, 5 feet will jump to the Dragonel's under as well, if it's not resistant or immune to fire damage.
It is, I don't believe, it is resistant.
Okay, it's resistant, so I'll need to, is the Dragon Army officer also resistant?
It is, dude, no.
Okay.
No, he's sorry, she's very, very vulnerable to fire. Not vulnerable, but she is definitely cookable.
Nice. The cantrips go up at level 11, right? Not level 10?
They go up at level 11.
Okay. We're rolling. So for the first one, for the Dragon Army officer, he's going to take...
All right, give it to me.
35 points of piercing and fire damage.
Okay, yeah, she is definitely cooked. You stab her, she's going to let out a scream suddenly, and I am actually going to say this is going to surprise her enough. I'm going to give her a dex save to stay on top of the Dragonel. That is a 5, my friend. With a scream, you're going to kind of appear in a swirl of motion and stab into her, and she's going to jerk suddenly. Your blade is going to lash out, and the fire is actually going to burn some of her saddle straps. And she is going to tumble to the ground. One moment, please, while I roll some falling damage.
And then
she's going to take an additional 9 points of falling damage.
Nice.
As she tumbles to the ground, you are astride the Dragonel by yourself. And you said that Green Flame Dream is going to take how much?
It's going to take 2 plus my spellcasting mod, which is Wisdom. So it's going to take 6, reduced to 3 points.
Okay. It is going to let out a shriek of surprise and pain and go and begin flying to the sky. I need you to make me a strength save. Please.
I was gonna say object interact, grab the reins, because I'm assuming
Okay.
they're like ridden
There
like,
are reins, yeah.
like horses. Yeah. So Riz's
make me-
object interact is gonna try and grab the reins to try and control
You may
it.
make the strength save with advantage then.
Sweet. Good, because I don't add anything to strength. Ooh, that's a 15 plus. I'm gonna put determination to make that a 19 to hold on.
Okay, you are going to wrap your arm around it, and the Dragonelle is going to shoot up into the sky. You're going to hold on, but you're all going to see Rizira suddenly appears, slashes this person off the back of a Dragonelle, and the Dragonelle rockets to the sky. Riz almost looks like her arm is stuck to the saddle as she starts being buffeted against its side, but does not fall. And that is the important thing. All right, Riz, you are sort of riding a Dragonelle. Sort of.
Yep. She's
you're
gonna try and steer. She does know how to ride a Dragonelle from trying to escape.
This is true.
On them.
At
so
the
she's
moment,
gonna
you're
try
kind
and-
of like the cans on the back of a just married car,
Yeah,
more
I
than you
know.
are riding it. But
I know.
but still,
Next turn, Riz is gonna try and ride it.
I think that's probably a great idea. Aurontiros, you are up.
Ooh, there's quite a picture going on here. How high up in the air is Rizira?
Rizira right now, the Dragonelle is going to bolt on its turn. So I'd say only about 40 feet in the air at this point. It basically just like surged upward for drama.
Oh, but she's on it.
She's on it. The Dragon
So
Army
let's not
soldier
shoot.
fell off and is on the ground.
Are they prone?
They are prone, yeah. They fell flat on their back.
A little bit out of my range. Or can I?
Not for your flying sword, it's not.
You are correct. Let us go and introduce them to the Elven Singing Sword. Also going to take
You will have
cover
advantage
if I
on this
can.
attack because they're prone.
Oh, that is correct.
Because
there
normally
any-
normally would be
Go ahead.
disadvantaged because they're prone against ranged, but this is not a ranged attack, even though it's a ranged attack. I love this sword.
Right? Ooh. All right. 20 new
Oh, yeah.
attack. That's 20 something.
That's gonna be a hit.
Wow. Wow, 28. I think that's the highest I've ever rolled.
It's that Ion
Never
Stone, man.
will. The Ion Stone.
You just feel limber.
It's limber. I like it.
Don't
And
forget,
that
you'll
is-
also increase the dex.
Yeah, you increase your
modifier for the
damage.
Attack too.
You right. Oh,
So you'll
thank
probably get
you.
plus
Thank you.
one.
I rolled an 8 on its D8, and
Okay.
that is plus 5. So that's 13 from
13.
The
So
singing
your dex is
sword.
now 20. Damn, son.
That's correct, yes. And if I can take cover, I will. If not, I'll just move towards where Rizira might be if they were to fall.
Okay.
And the other dragon riders, are they nearer to the ground?
They
No,
are
right.
going to be on their turn lowering. They're about 30 feet off the ground at this point.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm still going to take a shot at the one that's closest to the downed Dragonelle.
Okay, that would be the northern one at this point.
All right. Dirty 20.
That's going to be a hit. Roll me damage.
Uh,
So this dragon
that is a
rider with an
total of
open-faced helmet is going to take total of 8,
Total of 8.
and that's with the plus the additional bonus for your dex.
Plus 9.
There we go. He is going to be riding. It's this man with a slightly scarred face and an open helmet is going to take your arrow along the side of his cheek, and it's going to ram into the side of his shoulder blade. Or not shoulder blade, but his collarbone is what I mean. And that's going to be 9 points of damage off of that one. And he's going to let out a shout of pain. Do you have anything else you can do with your turn?
I am finished. Good sir.
Okay. The one that fell onto her back is going to stand up and go, "Ugh. It's my Dragonelle, you stupid little shit! and is going to turn toward you and let out a roar, Aurontiros, and is going to attack you using its lance attack. That is going to be, does an 18 hit you?
It does.
It does. All right.
It do.
She is going to turn around, brandish her lance, and let out a scream as she skewers you, not once, but twice, with a 26 on the other one. That is going to be 2 stabs that will pierce the side of your armor, for a total of, the first one is going to be, let's see, that is 8 points of piercing damage and 3 points of fire damage. And the second is going to be 9 points of piercing damage and 4 points of fire damage, for a grand total of 8 and 9, that is 17, 24 points of damage total. Exactly. And I'm just going to hurt them more and shout at one of the dragon rider you just shot at and say, "Hurt this one!" And he is going to look at you and, oh, I can target 2 people with this. Both of the others, shoot him, shoot her! And one is going to take a shot at you. That is going to be a, oh, that's going to hit. A crossbow bolt is going to fly out at you. And is going to slam into you, Aurontiros, and that is, I rolled really badly on that, lucky you. 3 points of piercing damage. The bolt is going to graze by the side of your neck, just like you shot the one up in the air. However, as it slams into you, it is going to ignite for 7 points of fire damage. And you're going to feel your hair...
7? 10?
Total of 7. Yes, total of 10. The other one is going to take a pot shot at Rizira. Rizira is kind of prone on the side, but she's also spinning, so I'm going to say that it's going to balance out to a flat roll.
Do I also get any advantage? Like, do I get bonus to AC because I'm on the dragon now?
No. Because you're not kind of right.
Okay. Okay, cool.
So,
can one be prone if they're not on the ground?
That's a great question.
It's a great question I don't care to answer.
So that is going to be a unnatural 20 to hit you, Riz.
Damn. Yeah, that'll hit. I was just wondering because when we shoot the dragon army officers, it's harder to hit them.
If you're like above someone, I would say so, but they're almost like on par with you because this one's still flying. So that is going to be, I'm sorry, 12 points of piercing damage as a bolt lodges in the side of your hip and then catches fire for 5 points of damage.
So 17?
Yep, 17 points of damage total, and that is the dragon army officer's turn. However, the dragonelle that you are riding is going to let out a shriek and is going to try to shake you. I need you to do me a favor and make me another strength save with advantage.
Okay.
Alternatively, you can make me an acrobatics check to hold on using strength instead of dex.
But because I have expertise, I still get to add my proficiency twice, so I just don't add my +5.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a better...
add plus... Yeah, I'm just trying to figure. So
basically, you can do it against a static roll, or you can do a roll off with me. Your call. So basically, you can make me a strength save, or you can make me a roll against whatever I just rolled to basically unsaddle you. It's trying to buck you off of it.
So if I use acrobatics, I'm doing a roll off. If I'm using strength saving, I'm.
It's a static.
Okay, I'll roll off because it's either it's +0 or +8.
Yeah, do it. Nat 1.
Do I get advantage on the acrobatics?
You won't get advantage on this.
Okay, that's fine. I still would rather take the +8 than advantage. That is 19.
Okay, cool.
And
I rolled an 11.
I have determination back. Oh, okay, never mind. I won't add determination then.
Okay, so it's going to try to buck
You're
you
too
off.
quick on the draw.
What's going to happen is it's going to lurch you up into the air, and you're going to slam down. I want you to do me a favor. Take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as your butt gets hammered into the saddle.
Ouch.
But you
That's
are now
one point, but thank you.
What's that?
I said, slamming into a saddle is definitely more than 1 point of bludgeoning damage, but I'll take it.
You got a 19 on the roll, so that's why you didn't take more. So you're getting you're not getting slammed into the horn, but you're just
Yeah, I've done that.
yeah, I know. Every horse girl has. I've heard about it from many horse girls. But you're gonna slam down on the saddle, and you're gonna go whoa! It's gonna wake you up more than a shot of espresso. But you are technically vertical in the saddle. Hazeal, it's your turn.
Okay, okay, so there's the one dragon army person on the ground and one dragon elf flying, but the ones that are I'm trying not to use map language and I cannot parse this in my brain.
So basically, picture them, they're at a triangle. One of them has fallen to the ground and is attacking Aurontiros with a lance, kind of up just to your immediate right. On the other side, there are two Dragonel riders who have taken crossbow bolt shots, one at 11 o'clock and one at 7 o'clock. The 7 o'clock is closer to you.
We're in a
I'm looking at the map. I'm just trying to not use map language.
Fair.
So I'm like, I'm not the one that's not super far away.
Okay.
The closer one.
The one on the southern one that's closest to you. Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
How far away is that one?
That one is about 30 feet away from you.
Okay, including however far it is.
It's about 50. It's about 50 feet away from you. So I'd say with diagonal, I'd say 60 feet.
Perfect. I can do this.
Oh no. I don't like this. I mean, 70 feet. It's 75. It's 80 feet away. It's 90 feet away from you.
I mean, I can still move if I have to, but no. I would like to cast Sacred Flame on the army rider, and then because of my special lunar sorcerer ability, it also hits the Dragonel. So I hit both of them with Sacred Flame.
Okay. The dragon army rider the officer is going to dodge with a nat 20. The Dragonel is not, however.
Fantastic. 14 damage.
Oh, damn.
Because I rolled 2 7s.
That's a big Sacred Flame. It is going to let out a sizable shriek as it is hit by the Sacred Flame. The rider's going to dodge out of the way, and let me just make a ride check. Okay, the rider is fine. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, I think I'm good for right now. I would like to not be right in combat because it looked like what happened on Aurontiros hurt a lot.
Yeah, he does not look happy. All right, so
just exploding crossbow bolts. No big deal. No big deal.
Levna is going to look at this and is going to... Oh, they're going to just land soon enough. She is going to use a full movement to rush along the southern side and begin climbing this large boulder that it looks like this Dragonel is about to perch on. And Kelara, it is your turn.
Okay. Twin spell, Shield of Faith on Aurontiros and Rizira.
Okay. Mystic Grace covers both of you.
Sacred Flame, the Dragonel rider that's on the ground. So dex save, please.
Dex save. That is only a 10.
That is not a success.
Okay.
That is 14 radiant damage.
14 radiant damage. How do you want to do this?
Ooh. I think Aurontiros and Riz will glow just a little bit with like Sacred Flame, and then the glow will intensify on this Dragonel rider and just like.
Will it like ride up the lance that's in Aurontiros' side? She's got like a fuse.
Jump.
And she's going to scream and fall to the ground dead. and you are going to hear one of the other. So first off, the Dragon Army rider that was shot by Aurontiros with the open mask is going to let out, "Tibbets! You son of a bitch!" And is going to. Do you have anything else with your turn?
Whoa, wait.
Oh,
I
you
still
have
get
more.
to move.
You still get to move. Okay.
I am gonna go hide behind and under this tree.
Okay, so the tree to the...
I would like to get some cover.
That is probably a very smart idea. Let me just check something. Okay, that puts you 90 feet away from me.
That's about as far as I can get, or I would probably go farther, but...
Okay, the Dragon Army rider is going to fly forward, and you've got partial concealment. Actually, you've got full if you're going to put your back to it. Okay. He's going to arc your direction and is going to lurch back around and try to skewer Riz in the air. "You stupid little bitch!" He's going to scream and take 2 lance strikes at you. All right. The first one is going to hit you, Rizira. That is going to be with a 21.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Honestly, I don't know why they just don't use their crossbows full time. They're way stronger. 11 points of piercing damage and 4 points of fire damage are going to rip up your body. However,
I'm a half that.
Okay, sounds good. And as it skewers into your side, kind of piercing, it's going to like punch out a side like right next to your kidney. However, because of your size, he's going to overcorrect and is going to fly right next to you. He rolled a nat 1 on his second attack. Would you like to make me opportunity attack?
I would love to.
Okay.
That's going to be a 25 to hit.
That is a hit. Roll me damage.
Mm-hmm. uh, 21, 24, 29 points of piercing damage.
Holy crap.
Magical. I get sneak attack. It's not my turn.
It's true. Okay. How do you deliver this blow as he kind of like rides his lance in along your side?
So I think as he like stabs forward, I think Rizira's gonna take this chance and stab him under the like elbow because he's reached forward too much. So I think she's gonna take that opportunity movement and just stab right under, like in the nice, in between the armor.
In the soft spot like, there. Okay, that is he's gonna grunt with pain, and I'm gonna spend a. Oh no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Must save those for later.
Actually, I would. I used my reaction to Uncanny Dodge, so Riz would have not taken that opportunity attack because I didn't have a reaction to use.
That's really that's unfortunate.
Yep, but hey, I'm an honest player.
You are an honest player. Thank you for letting me know that. All right, so he's going to overextend himself, and you are going to feel like you almost could have gotten him had you just not leaned out of the way of that blow. You could have ridden it in. Oh, the better luck next time. So the Dragon Army soldier to the south is going to see Levna climbing this rock. It's about a 10-foot tall precipice that she kind of like took with a leap and a bound. And he's going to look at this and is going to do a flyby attack with his first attack. This is, because this Dragon Army soldier is wearing a full face mask with horns, kind of a mockery of a Solamnic armor. And it's going to go, "So, you want a duel? Enjoy this!" And is going to do a flyby and get a total of a 5 on that. 6. It's 6. As he kind of strafes by Levna, missing her entirely. However, she doesn't get an opportunity attack because he is flying and she is not. And he is going to lurch back around and attempt to... You know what? He's going to go straight at the spellcaster.
Did Levna not make an attack return? Did she prepare any sort of reaction attack?
She had to do a full move.
She had to do a full move.
She had to do a full move. Now, Hazeal, when you were casting, did you back up or anything, or did you just kind of stay at the periphery?
No, I just stayed.
Okay. So the dragon army officer is going to ride at you and attempt to skewer you with his second attack.
Move within my 10-foot reach.
He does.
I'm gonna attack him.
Okay.
I'm just standing next to the Dragonlance. I'm good.
Yeah, so he'd be right there when he did it. Sounds good.
Right.
Please, because are you attacking? I need to know. The Dragonelle or the Rider?
Let's go for the Dragonelle.
Okay, then it is technically a dragon.
Sweet. Okay.
It is a dragon-type creature.
So that'll be a 26 to hit.
Okay. That is definitely going to hit this Dragonelle.
Awesome. So that's a... Sorry, I wasn't expecting to do this yet. Awesome. So extra force damage because dragon.
I rolled a 10 to hit Hazeal, by the way, so I don't think I did.
Nope.
I'm really surprised these guys don't have a charge attack, but...
Yeah.
Also, their crossbows are way
30?
more powerful than the lance. 30?
30.
Well, he's still there. He's still like, to the Dragonelle. That's with all the bonuses and things that okay. That Dragonelle is going to shriek with pain that it has never felt in its life, and I'm gonna have to make a check for the rider to not be unseated. The rider is going to remain in their seat, but it is going to take an immense amount of pain. Well, the Dragonelle will take an immense amount of pain as it tries to buck and shriek as divine light sears through it. And Godfrey, it is your turn now.
Oh, hi. Stab the Dragonelle again.
All right, let's do it.
So that would be a 30.
Oh god, yeah, that hits.
You know that hits. Oh, wow. 12, 14, 20, 32.
32 points of damage. You are going to stab the Dragonelle through the heart, and it is going to tumble to the ground, having completely just perished. The rider is going to need to make a dex save. The rider is going to leap incredibly gracefully from the dead Dragonelle as it crashes to the ground with a nat 20, and it's going to land in front of you with his lance poised at you. The rest of your turn, go.
Stab at that guy.
All right, go ahead.
So it'll be 26.
That'll hit.
And since he's not a dragon, that'll be 12 damage.
12 damage. He's still not having a great day.
And then, you know what? Since Hazel's here, Hazel, do you mind doing a little shuffle with me?
Yeah, I can shuffle with you.
Awesome. Take... Hazel and I will switch places and take 8 to your AC until my next turn.
Wolf.
Sweet.
And so use bait and switch. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. And from the side, you are going to hear a grunt of motion as Cudgel Iron Smile surges into the fray with her long sword drawn, and is going to make 2 long sword attacks and a short sword attack against this guy. Don't worry, I've got your back too. She kind of comes out of nowhere because I almost forgot to put her on the board. In fact, I did.
No, Cudgel's stealth is just that good.
She's just so stealthy. Yeah. She's just, it's that +1 dex, man.
Yeah. Taking levels from Rizira.
Okay, so her AC, or his AC is that. So I am thrown around. That is no hits. That is no hits. Wow, she's bad at this. She's going to launch forward and is going to roll real close, but this guy's armor is too much for her. As she kind of throws herself into the fray, sealing off his escape from north, smashing her sword and short sword into his shield. That is going to be her turn. Top of the initiative, Rizira, you are on the Dragonelle being buffeted around in the air. You are 40 feet above. Oh, pardon me, I didn't take the Dragonelle's turn. The Dragonelle tried to shuck you off, but it is also going to continue to rocket skyward. You are now 100 feet in the air.
Nice. So I'm really far away from everyone.
You are. What would you like to do?
Can I roll a Kinderbag check? Because there is probably a very highly probability that Rizira has some of Kalara's treats in her.
There is a good chance. Are you rolling the small percentile or the big percentile?
Oh, I was just trying to roll a straight luck check to pull out sweets from her bag specifically. Like Rizira's looking for treats specifically, so I don't know what you'd want me to roll for that.
Tell you what, I will roll my Dork Tales D20.
There's 1,000 less coins in your bag, so it should be
It's
easier
true,
to find.
it's easier to find.
High or low is good for you.
Hi.
All right, you reach into your bag, and please roll me on the percentile chart instead.
Aww.
I rolled a 3. You knew I was going to roll a 3. This dice is
true.
weighted.
I should have.
This dice only rolls 3s and 20s.
17.
Okay, what is that on?
One live rattlesnake.
One live rattlesnake. One dead rattlesnake. They're tied together.
I don't have the tab open, so I'm sorry.
All right. That's okay. Give me 1 sec. Reaching into your bag, you are going to go, I've got it, a cookie. And instead, you pull out a prosthetic leg.
Does it say property of Trass?
It says property of Strazar on it.
Strazar, what's happening to your leg? I guess I gotta write that in the campaign.
Does it have reach?
Does it have reach? It will count as a club.
I think Rizira's just gonna chuck that. If you want to roll for luck, if it hits anything,
I will roll luck on a nat 20. It will clock somebody.
Right in the head.
No, it does not.
Damn.
On a 1, it would clock Aurontiros.
Okay, so that was my object interact.
Yeah.
Or is that an action?
That is an action to use that.
Damn. Okay. Bonus action. Take the dash, disengage, or hide action.
You want to hide
Too
on the
bad you can't do
Dragonelle?
dodge as you're like
Dash on the Dragonelle.
Dash on the Dragonelle.
just kick it harder.
Animal handling. Oh wait, that would be an action.
That would be an
action. I would have I thought the bag was an object interact, so that definitely screwed up my turn.
At least you're away from every other enemy, though.
It's
This is really true.
Briss is just gonna continue to hang on, and I do nothing with my turn. That's our turn.
Okay. Would you could try to hide.
What, from the Dragonelle?
From the Dragonelle.
Have you ever had something on your, like a post-it note on your back?
Sure, I will roll a hide check to hide from the Dragonelle.
You roll me with disadvantage, but you absolutely can.
You just flatten yourself against them.
Yeah, exactly.
Against
And then he
it.
keeps trying to get
Throw
you, but
your
it can't because
voice.
it's got wee arms.
You.
If it was anything but a
There's a
Kender,
nat 20 there.
no, but I can visualize this so clearly.
Yeah. What? There's
So-
a nat 20 and?
I rolled a nat 20 and then a 9, but then I add plus 13, so that's a 22.
Okay, so then he's going to have disadvantage to hit you on his turns.
The Dragonelle's gonna try and hit me?
Yeah, you're on his back. He's going to try to claw you.
Oh, fair, I guess. Alright, that's fine.
But,
I was trying to make friends with the Dragonelle.
No. Aurontiros, you're up. So there is
100 feet up, you say?
She is 100 feet up, and there is a dragon army rider that appears to be pursuing. Well, actually, was trying to stab her, and I guess is about 40 feet above you.
Am I able to tell from body language if she's trying to wrangle it to control it or try to attack it?
She's trying to hide from the looks of it, but she's pretty far away. Luckily, you have elven eyes.
You saw that she probably was searching in her bag, found a leg, threw the leg out. So you feel like she may be trying to persuade the dragon.
You know what? I'm She's fine. Let's let's attack the. Is the other rider still on their Dragonelle?
So there is still a rider on a Dragonelle about 40 feet above you, and there is a de-Dragonelled officer to the south, confronting Hazeal, Godfrey, and Cudgel.
We've got the one down here.
They got that guy.
We got it.
And how high is the one in the
about
air?
40 feet.
Wonder if I could. Okay, no, I can't. I am going to shoot it with my longbow.
Okay.
That is a dirty 20.
That'll hit.
For a mighty 10 piercing damage.
Okay. That's going to get his attention.
I hope so. And man, yeah, I need to get a hold of these people's arrows. Oh, Bardic Inspiration
Is a bonus action.
goes about 60 feet, right?
Yes, it does. So you can grant it to everyone except for Riz.
Yeah. I'm going to send my singing sword at the back of this non-gentleman fighting everyone else.
All right, sounds good. Make me an attack roll.
That's 24 on the attack. And
That'll hit.
12 on the damage.
12 on the damage. Okay. All right. The sword is going to lash through his back, and he's going to let out quite a shriek of pain, but is still on his feet. Hazeal, this one is directly in front of you, and Godfrey and Cudgel wielding his lance, and a sword just flew through the air and slashed his back. What do you do?
Cool. So right in front of me, is it like 5 feet? Is it 10 feet?
10 feet.
Is it 10 feet? Cool. I'm going to use my brand new cantrip that I got at level 10 called Lightning Lure.
Oh,
and I'm going to wrap a lightning lure around his neck and pull him closer to me.
Is this a save or an attack? I can't ever remember.
It is a strength saving throw.
He's going to succeed. That's going to be a 20. Unnatural.
Damn.
Unless someone uses silvery barbs.
That was a unnatural 20.
It was.
I am using cutting words.
Oh.
And I'm going to throw my voice and yell, "Get over here!"
Okay, so that's a D10 minusing that.
That is right. I was rolling the wrong one.
Yeah.
And that is a 7.
Yes.
Okay, does a 13.
No, it doesn't save.
Okay, so you hear, "Get over here!" And so the lightning lure is going to wrap around his throat and go, "What?"
And yeah, he gets pulled up to 10 feet in a straight line toward me. And then if he's within 5 feet of me at the end of that, takes 2d8 lightning damage.
Well, he definitely is.
That is 11.
11 lightning damage. This guy's had such a better day before today. So you're gonna start seeing like his bones through his armor as the lightning courses through him. Do you have anything else you'd like to do this turn?
No, I'm good. He's here.
Okay. Over on the rock that Levna climbed, you're gonna hear, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" And she's gonna jump off the rock and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, she can do it! She can run up behind him! She can do it! I think so. Hold on. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no, she can't. Well, no, she can't. She's just shy of it.
Is she mad enough to just chuck her sword at it?
I don't have a something good happens.
Yeah.
Or else I would. She's going to... If you kill him before I get there... Kelara, it's your turn.
So what's happening with the Aurontiros Riz spot?
So Riz is 100 feet in the air on a Dragonelle that's going... and Aurontiros is on the ground going whoopee whoopee, and then about 40 feet between them in the air is a Dragonelle rider who's trying to figure out who he's going to attack.
Okay. So 40 feet in the air. And only about 45 feet away from me.
Yep.
I feel like he's earned himself a guiding bolt.
Oh, well, it's good to know that he earned something. All right, make me an attack roll.
Right? Isn't that nice?
She's rolling up her sleeves for this guy.
Oh, no.
That is 28 to hit.
That is going to hit. Roll me damage.
That is 19 radiant damage.
Beautiful. And advantage on the next hit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you have anything else you're doing on your turn?
The other one to Godfrey or Hazeal to kill before Levna gets to it.
Okay, of course. All right, so Dragon Army Officer number 2, the one that is still in the air, he is going to be hit with that guiding bolt, and he's going to go, I see you over there! I'm going to kill you! I'm going to kill you! Coward! And is going to make a full move, flying around, and is going to land the Dragonelle on top of the rock that you are hiding beneath.
Okay.
And is going to look down at you, lower his crossbow, and take 2 shots at you.
Okay.
One of those is good. That's going to be a... I don't think it's going to hit you. That's a 15.
No.
And a 7. I'm spending a hurt them more to roll again. That is a... No. No, 17 doesn't hit you. Damn it. Damn it. Okay, so he's gonna go with his crossbow 3 times, firing into you with just... Honestly, it's really impressive that he can fire a crossbow bolt that many... Yeah, it's just gonna ping.
Some sort of repeating crossbow, I imagine.
I was gonna say reloading that crossbow is tough that fast.
Yeah, I know. He's just...
No, he just loads all 3 at once. It's like the Robin.
That's why they didn't hit,
where he just
really.
unrolls it.
I have seen people
at once.
I have seen people in real life shoot 3 arrows off a longbow once at one time.
Oh, cool.
All right, so that's going to be
I can do 2.
His turn. The one that is at the south of you is going... Yes.
Since I didn't use my bonus action during my round, can I really quickly just...
Yeah, I'll allow that. I'll allow that. You're gonna see steam come out the side of the helmet. And at Hazeal, you have wrapped your lightning lure around this one's throat. It is going to let out a roar and is going to attack you, my friend.
Cool.
And that's dueling 14s, which with my bonus turns into dueling... That's the Dragonelle. Dueling 19s.
Chris, that bonus lasts until your turn, right? Yeah, no, I'm at a 24 right now.
Oh, man, that was so good, though.
I would have been at a 16, though.
Okay, lashes out twice and is unable to find you as you were dancing around with Godfrey. Godfrey, it is your turn.
Okay, let's see here. Yeah, we're not gonna... So this, there's one that's perched on a rock overlooking Kelara.
There is.
Yeah, that's not gonna slide. I'm just going to run towards it, completely risking a attack of opportunity.
I don't think a 15 is gonna hit you.
Okay, great. Since he missed me, I'm gonna repose and use my reaction to attack him for trying to attack me as I was getting away from him.
How dare you attack me, attacking you, attacking me?
Right? Exactly.
Well, that guy's yelling at us, making us miss.
So let's see, 16, 19 damage.
19 damage?
Yep.
He's okay. Your blade's gonna open up this huge rent in the side of his throat that's gonna start seeping blood beneath the helmet, but he's still on his feet. Unless if he twists his ankle, he's dead. But he's still up. All right. So he's gonna kind of wobble a bit. Going, All right, and you're going to. Okay, so he's up about 15 feet on top of this rock, but you could kind of. How much movement do you have left?
I'm going to dash to go over there.
Okay.
So spend my action. I've probably got what was that? I was there, so 5, 10. I've still got another 20 feet.
Okay, so you can climb it if you'd like.
Well, I've got 10-foot reach with the Dragonlance, and you said he's 15 feet up.
About 15 feet up on the precipice. Yeah.
Okay. What about the Dragonelle?
The Dragonelle is clutched there. You can definitely get a part of its leg for sure.
Perfect. I'm gonna use Action Surge and
do it.
stab the Dragonelle because that's a dragon. Nat 20. All right, so that's going to be a lot of.
That's a lot of dragon damage.
So let's see. Oh shit. Okay, so that's 12.
60,
20.
10, 60, 10.
20. 28, 29, 30, 31, and then 41, 41, 50, 53 damage.
53 damage. Okay.
And then second attack.
At the Dragonelle?
At the Dragonelle. Does a 20 hit?
It does. Don't bother rolling damage. Unless you really want to.
Nah, we're good.
Okay. You are going to basically, well, let's just say the way you open this up, you thought they smelled bad on the outside, because you're going to open this thing up all the way from neck to gizzard. And it's going to collapse. The Dragon Army officer is actually going to succeed his save to jump off. And I'm going to roll randomly to see which direction he rolls off. He is going to leap to the ground as the Dragonelle perishes. He is within your range if you have any extra attacks.
I don't. And how high up is Riz?
Riz is about 100 feet in the air.
100 feet in the air. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's too much else I can do here. So I'm done.
Okay. Down to the bottom of the initiative, Cudgel is going to look at the one in front of Hazeal and go, I think you're right fucked, eh? And is going to launch herself at him, and is going to go wham with her long sword, and it's going to buff it off the side of his shield, and it's going to go wham with her long sword, it's going to buff it off the side of his shield, and he's going to smile. You're going to have to do better than that. And then he's going to look down and see that her short sword's already embedded in his stomach. Like that. You shouldn't underestimate the short. And then she's going to twist, and he's going to drop to the ground because she rolled a nat 20 to skewer him with her offhand, and he had 2 hit points left. So
I was trying to save him for Levna. God.
And so she is going to drop him, and he's going to drop to the ground, and Levna is going to come screeching up in the dirt, looking down at him and go, oh, come on! Top of the initiative, Riz, you are going alongside of the dragon that is buffeting in the air. What do you do?
Yeah, you never rolled my Dragonelle never had a turn.
This is true. The Dragonelle did not have a turn. I should take the Dragonelle's turn, is what you're saying. The Dragonelle is going to try to get a bite at you, and is going to go ouch, ouch. Is going to kind of look around at you, trying to get a sense of where you are. It lashes out with its elongated neck, and then tries to rend with its claws, but is just kind of like scratching its head at this point. Thank you for reminding me. Riz, it is now your turn as you are 100 feet in the air, getting like whipped around by this thing, trying to be like, is there a spider on my back type of action.
Yeah.
Would-
How far away is the dragon army officer on the ground? 100 feet?
I would say at least 100 feet plus another 40 feet.
Perfect. That's just in my range of 160 for my pack.
Okay.
Its range is 160?
Yep.
Man,
Hoopacks
that is,
are
I love that thing.
Hoopacks are broke ass.
Yep. Lovely. So I'm going to bonus action steady aim to roll an advantage.
I'll allow it. Go ahead.
You'll allow it. I'm allowed to.
I mean, it's hard to be steady when you're on dragon back getting knocked around, but I'll allow
It's
it.
when you don't take any movement. Riz has not taken movement.
Tactically, no. Okay.
That's gonna be a 25 to hit him.
Roll me sneak attack. Because I guarantee a
Amazing.
rock from space is not what he's expecting.
Attack from above!
That's exactly why
So
I'm doing
you just suddenly
this.
hear like da 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 dun dun da 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 dun dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Don't worry, he's wearing a helmet.
17. 17 plus 5 is 23, plus my D4 from the actual pack. 17, 21, and then plus 5 is 26 piercing or bludgeoning damage.
So, Godfrey, this guy is bracing to skewer you. Kelara, there's this epic fight with a flaming lance. I'll destroy you all! And you'll hear... Tink! And it sounds like someone opening a can. Just that initial tink when you use a can opener. And he's gonna kind of like look at you. He's gonna look at Godfrey. He's gonna look at Kelara. The Dragon Queen's a swell lady. And he's gonna go face first dead on the ground. And you're gonna see a little bit of brain ooze out.
That's my turn.
Yes it is. The Dragonelle on your back is going to look around. And you're on the Dragonelle whose back you are on, not the Dragonelle on your back.
So we switch spots. Wait, this is not how it works.
It's just like a Scooby-Doo. So,
You said,
It's a
like the
Scooby-Doo.
Dragonelle chases you in a door. You chase the
Yeah,
Dragonelle in a door.
Yep.
The Dragonelle is going to like look at the situation below and is going to go and is going to do a double movement and fly down to the ground over next to the giant boulder that Levna climbed, and is going to like kind of try to just... It's gonna rub you along the rock like your poop on the bottom of a boot. It's gonna go like, "Nyeh." Like, not like it's trying to hurt you, but just kind of like, off.
Like a turtle, like a turtle rubbing a barnacle off or
if
something.
I'm allowed to use my movement, Riz will get off the Dragonelle.
Okay. The Dragonelle is going to eye you, and it's going to go, and like just... We're going to exit combat rounds at this point. And the Dragonelle is going to kind of eye you suspiciously, look at the other dead Dragonelles, and is going to kind of slowly back away from you.
I was trying to look for a treat to offer to be friends, and then I did not do any of that. I just heard army officers.
And is going to take off and fly away at fast speed.
Are we letting it leave?
I mean, it has no rider, so I think it's not gonna necessarily go. Honestly, it might be good to go back to the dragon army, tell the other Dragonelles how terrifying we are, and then they won't want to fight us.
If the way it got rid of Riz on its back is any indication, it probably would have tried to murder her if she was if it was actually loyal itself.
Yep.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah.
The one that's caught in the net lets out a pained cry and tries to shake it, but is too wrapped up.
Let's unwrap it.
Aurontiros, you approach it?
How do you tell? Yeah, I'm going to approach it.
Okay. Would you like to make me a strength check?
Can I help?
Yeah, if you would like to approach it, yeah.
I will approach as well.
Strength check time.
Strength check time.
My strongest of attributes.
That's
A
true.
mighty -1. Oh, a nat 20 on a strength check.
So Godfrey, as you're making your way over to help, you're gonna prepare, like you're gonna pull out a dagger to start cutting it, and Aurontiros is just gonna be like, "Ah, yes, it's just like catching fish in the lake when I was a young one," and it's going to go and pull the net off.
Catching fish to make friends with.
It's true. Yes, it was a game of tag.
Or relocate them. Yeah.
So the Dragonelle is going to be free. It's going to flex its wings, doing a couple of broad, like, stretches. It's going to look at you and kind of, like, blink at you, that thin third membrane crossing its eye as it blinks its inner eyelid at you.
Let's cast Speak with Animals.
Okay. Speak with animals. What do you say?
We mean you no harm.
It's going to look at you and say, "Yeah, that's evident in what you did. You did help me right now. I appreciate it. Those armor folks been rounding up all of our people from around here, all of our Dragonelles, and trying to housebreak us, but we ain't like that. We ain't working for nobody. We are free Dragonelles."
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Dragon hell yeah.
Dragon hell yeah.
Dragonelle, yeah.
When'd you learn how to speak Dragonelle?
I picked it up in my youth, here and there.
Shit, I wish the rest of y'all would. You know, we can understand common, you know? We just don't speak it. We ain't got the vocal cords for it.
You can understand it?
Hell yeah! We're smart as balls.
Everyone, they say that Dragonelles can understand common.
Oh, I could have talked to the one that I was writing. Oh,
that one was...
well.
Nah, that one was a dickhead.
That one was a dickhead.
The red ones do suck most of the time. They're real jerks. Us copper ones, though. Yeah, we're pretty good. He's gonna preen a little and just kind of preen his leathery wings a bit.
Yeah. Oh, showing off those are pretty scales you got there.
Damn straight, they're pretty scales. I appreciate the help, friendo.
So you know, they made a city fly, and they'll probably be trying to catch you and your kind more now than ever.
Well, that ain't good.
'Tis not.
Well, I'm gonna have to get the hell out of here then. I got some folk down by a big rocky outcropping to the south of here. You stay all right, okay?
You have some folk that you're seeing?
Yeah, they're Dragonelles. I got my kin.
And they're not far from here?
Well, I mean, not far from me, but I mean, you got the little stubby things you walk on.
That's true.
I'd say a couple of hours of flying at the most.
Well, I don't suppose that I could convince you and your friends to help us reach our destination any sooner.
Now, well, I mean, it would take me a while to hunt them down and bring them back.
We're heading towards the water, and mostly as straight as can be.
Make me a persuasion roll.
All right. You know who has expertise in persuasion?
This
now?
guy.
This guy. That's 18 plus 13.
31.
That is a 31.
The dragon now is going to look at you and go,
We won't make you wear, like, armor or saddles or anything like that.
No. Son, I like to do it bareback if we're going to do this. Okay, well, tell you what. I'll see what I can do. You're down by the water?
That's where we're heading, yes.
I think that can be arranged. I can get a couple of my kin, see how many I can bring down. Where are you all headed?
Once we reach the coast, we're heading south to, not sure how familiar you are with the region, to Kalaman.
Kalaman. That big city that is in the Rainy Lands?
Precisely, yes.
All right, you promise us some good grub. When we get there, we can give you a lift. You happen to have caught me. I happen to be something of a local celebrity among Dragonelle.
Well, I happen to be a local celebrity among two-legged upright folk.
Upright folk. Yeah, you seem like an upright folk. What's your name, sir?
Aurontiros.
Aurontiros. My name's Elrod.
I like that. That's a strong name, Elrod.
Yeah, but all my friends call me Rebel.
Rebel. That's a good nickname.
I'll meet you down at the coast. Y'all don't go far now, you hear?
Oh, we won't even if we wanted to.
Damn straight. Hell yeah, brother.
Dragonelle, yeah.
Dragonelle, yeah. The Dragonelle is going to wink at you. You think it's a third membrane kind of wink. Just flip, flip. And is going to clumsily stumble. See you in a bit. And is going to take off, go flying down to the southwest. And as you see the Dragonelle fly out of view, the rest of you have just seen Aurontiros go for like 5 minutes.
What the fuck?
Common to tell us that they speak common, then was continuing the conversation in common.
But no.
No, he chose to do Dragonelle. Great.
If we continue along our path, well, let's call him Rebel, may be able to bring us to Kalaman quicker, in exchange for some good grub once we arrive.
Like flying?
Don't worry about it, Hazeal.
Hazeal,
I'm very worried about it.
as you say that and you watch the Dragonelle fly off to go get more dragons, or Dragonelles, I think that's where we're going to take our break for the night. So folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is the part of the program where we're going to talk to you, the chat. So, hey, everybody. Hope you've been having fun. We are back. And in a second, I actually want to announce something very fun that I have for you. I have the official trailer for our next campaign, Phandelver and Below the Shattered Obelisk, which I want to show you because you've enjoyed the Dragonlance one so much. So I thought I'd show you this one. Folks, we're going to be getting back into that in just a minute. How's everybody doing? Y'all holding together okay? You're good?
Yeah, not too bad. A little I've had a very stressful day, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've had a very
I'm
stressful
starting
week.
to
Yay.
Oh.
starting to have my energy and the headaches start to build, but
My energy is rising.
dipping, headache building. So it's kind of going
I'm the
like,
opposite
"Ooh."
from everyone else here.
Cal is feeding off of
ADHD.
us.
I'm going.
You're
I'm
feeding
in.
off
Go.
of us.
You're up, Jerry. You're up.
I'm up.
I'm definitely
There ain't no going down. Line goes up, Jerry.
still kind of feeling it in my throat a bit tonight,
Mm,
but and a little low energy, but having fun. Love
I'm
being
glad.
here with y'all.
I'm glad you had some good
Yeah.
role playing earlier. It was really good. So a couple of
Good
fun things
job.
that are happening this week, folks, that I want to remind you of. For one, it is the middle of September, which means that Phandelver and Below is having its session 0 next week on Thursday night. You should join us for that. It's going to be at 7 o'clock on Thursday, and we're going to go through all of our usual session 0 steps. You're going to meet the characters, the cast, and you're going to have a great time. And then Phandelver and Below is going to start running on Monday nights after that. So it is taking over our old Monday slot, which is when we used to run Rime of the Frost Maiden, and I think Wild Beyond the Witchlight was on Monday too, wasn't it? We moved to Wednesday for Dragonlance. Yeah, we did, because that's how we got
think
Jen to
so.
play.
Yeah,
you have a
because you had
Monday-
to move it for me. Yeah.
That's right. So we will be doing that. There's a bunch of great stuff. We're getting our art for Planescape, which is happening in October. But there are 2 other games that you should be aware of. The first is if you are on our Patreon, and folks, if you're not on our Patreon, please consider doing so because it directly supports the channel and helps us continue to make content on Dork Tales. If you're already on the Patreon, then you are a saint, and I love you. Thank you for being part of the team. But this Sunday, we have the return of Dreams of Arcos, which is going to be broadcasting publicly. Everyone's going to have access to it. It's at noon on Sunday. But on Sunday night, around 7 p.m., you can come and join us for an episode of Dungeons and Dragons that is going to be a module that I have written and is going to be eventually given out to the Patreon as a module that you guys can run yourself called The Drinking Problem. It's a temp title, might change it. I just need to know, I'll ask for feedback after it, but it's going to be a fantastic game that is going to have most of the Radiant Citadel cast along with us, and with a couple of bonus people in for fun. It's going to be a great time, and that is going to be doing this month's replacement of Radiant Citadel because Robin is in the middle of Harvest right now and doesn't have DM brain right now.
I'm brain. I'm sorry.
That,
You
that's,
need
You
to
have
cook,
harvest
Jesse. Yeah.
yeah, you need to carve pumpkins.
That's next month.
Yeah, no, it's every month is Halloween. Every month is Halloween. So you should come and enjoy that episode. It's going to be a lot of fun if you're on the Patreon. It will be announced. It'll be released publicly in a bit. Other things that I wanted to say is blah, 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 blah. So just so you all are aware, we are going to be running Dragonlance this week and next week, but the week after that, I'm actually away for my mom's birthday. So I'm flying back to the States and spending some time in the Midwest, picking up, basically just practicing my Kleistron accent again. Howdy, y'all. So I will be unavailable. It's my mom's birthday. So we are taking that night off, which actually is truncated really well because of the way the plot's going to be going, which I'm very excited about. So is there anything else that anybody else wants to announce before I show off our cool little present to everybody?
Yeah, so while Dork Tales doesn't really have anything happening on Saturday, you could join me for stream because it'll be like a little extra celebration because it'll be for my birthday. So hang out with me for my birthday Saturday morning.
It'll be great. We also are not doing Shards of Nirn next Tuesday. It's because we have a birthday dinner for Christine for her birthday. So unfortunately, that is less shards. I will make it up to you, I promise. I have something very special I'm working on. Very, very special. And I even got some friends to help make maps for some upcoming things, which I think will be really fun. I also want to do a big thank you to someone who's been watching our YouTube streams and commenting on things, and that is Tim Kulig. Tim, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, but Tim Kulig is a composer and music creator, and I as far as I can tell, a D&D fan, who is the one who made the opening theme for Dragonlance, which is Here There Be Dragons. And so Tim has left some very heartfelt messages on our videos and some very complimentary things. And I just got to say, thank you so much for letting us use your music and for putting your music out there on places like filmmusic.io. You are a great composer, and those sites are incredible resources for smaller streams like us. And I really appreciate having you here. And I'm very proud to say that, I'm very happy to say that we're doing like another collaboration technically, because I spent about a month looking for theme songs for Phandelver, and it was yours, Only Teeth Remain, that is the song that I have been listening to non-stop as I've been editing the following video. So without further ado, you guys want to see the trailer for Phandelver?
Pretty
All right, this is going live tomorrow everywhere that we have. So here you go. What lurks below Phandalin? So yeah, there it is, folks, for you. I'm going to make a couple tweaks to it, of course, before the final, but that is going to be the opening credits as well for Phandelver and Below, which I'm super excited about because it looks spoopy as hell.
Yeah, looks good. Gave me chills. Literal chills.
It's a good song. It's such a good song. I was worried because like I was going over it and Robin was being my music assistant with we were like going over like doing producer stuff and was like, oh, there's a lot of anvil. Is that too anvil-y? And then we put it to some video like that. And it was like, nope, just anvil-y enough. Just anvil-y enough. It's so good. God.
More anvils.
More anvils. It's super good. It's super good. So thank you so much. Anything else that we should talk about? I hope you're all doing well. We also are going to start scheduling for Extra Life. I got some great stuff to announce for Extra Life when we're in October, but our final Extra Life games are going to be for Extra Life Prime, which is the beginning of November. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to see how many people we can get to run games for you again. And I've got so many freaking announcements for you. The final one is that we are doing a Patreon advance series of games for Old Gods of Appalachia, which are going to be fantastic.
And our costumes arrived.
Your costumes arrived. Your wig is literally like within, I can almost touch it.
Also true.
Also, I ordered a hat off of AliExpress that I can't use because you want to see, hold on. It's so done.
Oh no.
All of my suspenders arrived. Does anybody need suspenders,
I love
by the
my
way?
wig.
So this was folded into an envelope.
Good.
But it's also
Nice.
it's also a bit wee.
Did we?
I feel
That's
like
a
a
bit
bear that's pretending to be a man.
I might have to get you to send out the
bear
wigs
wearing
before
human clothes.
the coffee
Maybe the character
arrives.
just becomes a bear.
Bear.
It's a bear pretending to be human.
When do you need your wig, Robin? I don't remember, but whoop whoop. Yeah. Whoop whoop. There we go.
It's not more want. This is also has the Kickstarter dice in it, so I want I want to have it.
No, you want to have it.
Have it.
So that's my tiny hat. It was like $2, so like I don't feel that bad. Yeah, and I will be trying to do once. I want to thank everybody, by the way, right before we head back in. I've been under the weather for the past like the end of last week and a bit. I got like an office cold or something like that got passed to me. So I'm a little behind on editing. Dreams of Arcos is going to be up. Shards of Nirn, the edited version, is going to be up on YouTube soon. And I was a little behind on the podcast, but I'm caught up now. So thank you for being patient while I get caught up on everything. Also trying to get a bunch of stuff ready as I prepare to like be out of the country for a week for the first time in half a decade. That's weird.
And just so you know, I know you're okay with this, and I know that everybody else is fine with this. But my month went SCA event, weekend off, SCA event, which is this weekend, SCA event, which is next weekend.
Woof.
I'm behind on editing Dork Pod because I'm swamped.
That's fair.
So it might be a little more delayed coming out. It might come out at like after Extra Life or something like that, depending on when I can get it to Kelly.
Okay.
But
so yeah, so thank you folks.
You know.
It's gravy really, because we do so much for the Patreon.
It's such a good episode though, because I've gone through all of Kelly's track and I'm just like,
that's the one with Hershey.
Yes, it is.
God, I love that guy. It's a good.
Yeah.
It's a good one. He's so weird. Like, it's such a weird game, guys.
Yeah. It's a good episode. Because I've been through all of your tracks, so I haven't heard everyone's lines, but I've heard the main story part, which is good. So
it's solid. It's solid. All right, so folks, I think it is time for us to head back into game right as we're getting raided by butterflies. Hello. So I really do appreciate all of you being supportive. I always worry that people are going to be all like, you know, oh, you guys are taking a day off. Oh, I was expecting this game, but you've always been very, very patient with only getting like 4 games a week instead of 6 or something like that on a bad week. So I really do appreciate that. But also thank you to everybody who rated us tonight. You're all awesome. Okay. Oh. All right. So we're going to go for probably about another 25 minutes. And Nat 20 Productions official is rating us too. Everybody's here. Hi guys. We're getting back into game.
Visiting.
We were just we're taking a break, but we're done with that break. It's time to work. Let's get back into game, everybody. Are you ready? Gladiators ready. There's also an American Gladiators documentary on Netflix right now. Just saying. Yeah.
Good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, right. I said that for you, Cal.
I thought so.
There's going to be a lot of games coming your way. Yeah, that's true, Soul. The stuff you're paying for will probably be next year. It's going to be in one of 2 places, depending on what I decide. Depending on how high level some of this stuff ends up being. All right, but without further ado, let's head back into Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen, here on Dork Tales. The rest of the trip back to the coast is uneventful. It's not too long before you find your way back to Dreadwolf Cove. That ancient little hollow there on the side of those sharp cliffs along the waterfront. There you see that there are several ships docked just inside of the cove in its sheltered waters. There's a small camp of Kalaman soldiers. But as you approach, they bristle initially before recognizing you all. One of the ship's captains approaches you. He's a human man. Dark skin, kind of a rich brown shade. His hair shorn close to his skull. Is going to wander over. Well, Matt, you're all the way from the interior. I recognize you from the way over. You're, Sir Godfrey, right? And you're the cleric of Mishiko. Well met. I am Haldry Lettuce, Captain Lettuce.
Well met, Captain.
Is there anything I can do for you? Do you bring good word of the battle? Do you bring any word?
There were casualties, but the army still stands.
I see.
They'll be heading here soon.
And the dragon army got the weapon, so when the army does get here, you need to make absolute fast sail to Kalaman.
We've been very fortunate. The winds have been strong the last few days, and, well, I think they're going to hold up. But you said they got whatever they were looking for, though. So this mission was all for naught.
Not completely.
What do you mean?
Well, besides earning his knighthood, we have something that might...
We put a dent
Well,
in their forces.
I hope to write about this.
What do you
Or
mean?
be alive to write about it. Sir Godfrey?
Do you show it off?
Yeah, I'm gonna show off. We have a Dragonlance.
By the gods.
We're
And
hoping.
Please, sir.
No, go ahead.
You think that this can stop whatever they have planned?
It might not be able to stop what's coming, but hopefully it can help us stop the people behind it.
I suppose that's something at least. Well,
But we need to get to Kalaman and warn them.
how far do you need a ship? We have one we could probably spare one if there've been casualties.
I'm not too clear on that. Aurontiros? Are we catching the ship back to Kalaman, or did you arrange an alternate form of transportation?
Well, we wish to make haste to Kalaman as fast as possible. Aye. That Dragonel we saved said that he would provide us passage to Kalaman in exchange for freeing him, as well as, well, feeding them properly when we get there. So, if it is a matter of time and we wish to be there as soon as possible, we can fly as straight as the crow flies.
At the very least, you being here is enough to let us prepare for the armies. How far behind are the soldiers?
Probably a couple days.
Probably.
Couple days.
Well,
We
they
move faster than they do. They
Yeah,
do.
maybe a
they're
week.
Yeah.
Now, we'll have everything waiting to go the second they get here. You're welcome to any supplies, and to stay here at the camp. Although, I'd ask what you've said about whatever the weapon was. Keep it between us. I don't think the troops need that until the,
No.
just say a battle was hard fought, and maybe show off that shiny lance.
Though,
Give them a
I
morale
mean,
boost.
it's going to be quite obvious when it comes.
Yes, but it's going to be a few days before they get here, and I'd prefer not to let the dread sit in. And he's going to, like, squat down. You're going to hear his knees crack as he squats down next to you.
Ooh.
Little Kender, I imagine that it's not something that you're used to. Your people don't tend to feel fear, but in the hearts of these soldiers, that could be as keen as a death blow. But you're right. They will have to find out eventually. But I'd prefer that they suffer that indignity, those slings, when the time comes. He's gonna, like, straighten back up with another crack of his knees.
Oh. Have you thought about, like, rubbing some, like, lavender oil on that? Or, like,
wish.
CBD?
Do you have any
Oh,
lavender
just-
oil? I'd love some lavender oil.
He's just getting used to his sea legs. They used to be B legs, even A legs when he was younger.
Do you think if helping morale would be good,
Yes.
Aurontiros would maybe tell a story while we wait? I can make the flame change around, like, light around you to make it more epic.
I think that would be very welcome.
I now have
Elf, do you feel like singing a song or telling a story?
I can always manage.
Can I tell the story of how I killed the dragon? How we killed the dragon? But I dealt the death blow.
That is a good story.
It was a group.
That's what I said. I said we killed the dragon, but then I got the death blow.
I would
End of the
love to
first
hear. I would love to hear that from your perspective someday.
Which, yeah, it's a quite good perspective. You see, you had the lance, Godfrey, and you were just poised under this big blue, ancient-sized dragon. Swear it had like 2 heads and 4 wings.
Save the story for the men. I'm sure they'd like to hear the whole thing, Kender. Gentlemen, gather round. The soldiers are here to. Do you have a group name? The heroes from Vogler.
I guess we never decided on a name. We
You really
talked
should.
about it like once.
I used to be part of a party known as the Grand Marquis.
Well, everybody has already known who we are, so we never had to actually, like, describe ourselves.
Come, listen to Elven song.
If we had to have a group name, I think we'd be amenable to the Green Shield.
Oh, that's right, proper.
Aurontiros, when you do one of the ones you've done before, so I know when to, like, put booms and, like, tremors and...
All right, so Aurontiros, you begin playing along and preparing a story. How about...
something.
So I would like... Let's do a group performance check. Aurontiros, you roll last. So Kelara, you do me a performance check to use your spell at the right time.
Hazeal would like to add in some minor illusion cantrip as well.
Perfect. All right, so you can use me a... you can roll either Persuasion or Arcana. All right, what'd you get, Kelara? 22, okay.
For performance.
Nice.
Beautiful. So that's good timing. Levna is going to say, we need the right embellishment. So I'll do some backup when you're ready.
Did you say I could do persuasion or arcana?
Yeah.
Cool, that's a 26.
26. Levna is going to do just some kind of like, that's right, huzzah, kind of background stuff. She got a 19 base.
Oh, nice.
Riz, you are doing some performance as well to tell part of your story?
You know
No,
what?
because I said wait for that last, so I think Riz will just listen.
Oh, okay. I'll give whoever wants inspiration while I'm tuning my lyre.
Why don't you give it to Riz, and she'll cap it with her story?
Ooh, that's fair.
Because we're building it up with a story, warming up the crowd, and then Riz can tell the story of dragon slaying
Beautiful.
with advantage.
Okay, so Aurontiros, as you're playing in the background to strum her along, why don't you go ahead and give me your roll then?
All right. Yes. I'm trying to write something here. Let me know when you want me to.
I want you to make me a maybe that that performance roll.
This purple dice has been hot. Let's do that. Oh, so hot.
So hot right now. What is it?
28.
Okay. All right. So you said you've written something.
I can add. Yeah. I got something. Would you like to hear it?
I would, and then Riz is gonna round us out.
All right. In a land where legends roam so wild, a tale of courage from a fearless child, a kender with a heart so bold, to face a dragon, a story to be told. With hoopak in hand and pouch so deep, she embarked on a quest, no time for sleep. Through forests dark and mountains high, she knew that destiny lay in the sky.
All right, Riz, bring us home. I would like you to make me a performance roll with advantage, please. And do you have Bardic Inspiration on this as well, Aurontiros?
Yeah, I'm giving anyone Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, so Rizira, that is going to be advantage plus a d10, please.
Good thing I have the d10. I rolled double 9s.
Okay.
Plus 3 for my performance mod, which is why I was like, Riz is gonna take a backseat because I don't do well on performance. And then a 3, so that's a 12.
12? Is that, I think it was 9 plus your performance of 3.
Oh, so 15.
Okay, 15. You want to spend determination?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. What does that take you up to then? 20? 19? You're
Yeah,
at plus
19.
19? Okay. So how do you round this out? You turn and you're just kind of standing nearby watching, and then they all kind of turn and look at you.
So there we were with this man just sitting on the throne, and Aurontiros made me invisible, but he saw me because he was a dragon in disguise. So as I was going to try and sneak at him, he grabs my arm and tries to twist it, and then transforms into this ancient blue dragon with 2 heads, 4 wings, just massive. He filled the
How
room
big was he?
hot. He was as large as your mother, sir, and that's what you get for interrupting a kender.
I would like to minor illusion, like, the shadow of a giant 4-winged, 2-headed dragon behind
I
Riz.
thought you were going to say have a giant fat mama.
No.
Can you do that?
No, I do that behind the other guy.
Prestidigitation?
With prestidigitation, you have to do major illusion to use mom.
Oh yeah, minor illusion isn't enough.
When
I'm not
Jen
spending a
does-
spell slot on his mom.
When Hazeal does an illusion of a dragon, can I redirect thaumaturgy to do like a dragon's roar, just kind of softly?
Softly? I think you
Like
could
not loud, but like a dragon's roar, but quiet.
Yeah, like it's. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like
Not so loud that it's going to echo across the land like a normal dragon's roar would,
Mhm.
but
a remembrance of a dragon's roar.
yeah. To accentuate the performance.
And then as we did it, I shouted for the group to come in, and Godfrey rushed in, the Dragonlance in hand, like the absolute warrior knight that he is, and he clashed with the dragon, thrusting it into it. The dragon was like splurting blood all over Godfrey. It was absolutely a horrific scene. And Levna comes in with her sword and Kelara has a spin shield, but Levna comes in with her longsword, and she's just hacking away at this dragon. She just seems to know where to hit it. And then we had Hazeal come in, and there's these giant Sivak Draconians as well, and they just swelled up as big as all, and then Hazeal just is like all wizard and shit, and she just like casts like sickly magic in this dragon, and he's just like, and Aurontiros, he just is coming in, and he's holding these monsters, trying to get them to stay so we can hit them, and he's just shooting them with precise elven precision, and just making sure somehow he's very good at distracting them. They just don't hit quite as well when Aurontiros mouths off to them. He just has his gifts, his elven ways, and Kelara comes in. And
I'd like to see what that mouth does.
On Aurontiros or Kelara?
The elf.
Okay, good. Because Kalara's spoken for, kind of, maybe. We're trying to ship it, so don't get in the way.
What happened next? Shut up, Devin.
So then, we're there, and I get on top of the dragon, and it's almost dead, and I just take my rapier and I go slam it through the top of his head. And while we think we've won, some Sivak Draconians just come and they kill Godfrey. Just straight up, we see the life drain from his eyes, and Kelara, with the holy magic of Mishikal, just comes in, and she's all like, oh, glowing golden light emanates from her, and she is like, "You will not die, Godfrey. I love you." That's what I think I heard. Anyway, it was quite. It's what I wanted to hear, but it didn't happen. But we all wanted to hear her say that. Don't you die. You cannot die on me. And she brings him back from life. And then we murder the other Draconians. And we have to escape this tower. And it was so epic.
The audience is pretty rapt, and then, as you say, it was so epic, they're going to start cheering and cheersing their night rations of grog, basically, whatever cheap things they could bring along with them, and they're going to be cheering and having a wonderful time. And as they do, you're going to feel like you're the center of attention. At least you will for a moment. And then the sound of beating wings comes overhead, and the scream of some lizards. And for a moment, the assembled soldiers are going to laugh and kind of continue to drink and cheer, thinking that it's part of the show, until the firelight is going to reveal 4 immense dragonels with copper skin, or copper scales, I should say, that are going to descend behind you. The soldiers are going to lurch to their feet and try to grab for their weapons.
Thaumaturgy. Sit the fuck down!
Make me an intimidation roll with advantage, please.
Really, really loudly. Like booming voice.
Record scratch.
It active.
Godfrey sits down.
So does Hazeal.
Levna sits down. Yeah.
Natural 20.
Of course. Everybody sits down, and
Everyone sits down. Riz sits down.
3 of the
I'm already
dragonels
sitting,
sit
but
down.
I can sit lower.
One of the dragonels does not sit, but the rest do. One of the dragonels kind
The
of looks at you
other
and is like,
dragonels are like,
they sit down and like their tongues come out. Huh?
Oh,
They're
thank
good
you.
boys.
And she's gonna go back to be. Oh, excellent. They're friends. It's okay.
they're alright.
They're very kindly helping us.
Good news. Thank you for
They
the
also
story.
speak common, so you don't have to like speak like animals to them. They're quite
Oh.
intelligent.
Um,
They can't speak Bat, but they understand it.
well
according to
met,
Aurontiros.
dragonels.
Wouldn't it be
the drug.
hilarious if Rebel lied to me about that?
So,
Insight.
one of the Dragonels, the one that didn't completely sit and kind of just squatted and looking nervous, is going to kind of lean forward and go kind of questioningly.
It's okay.
He's going to gesture toward the south.
I think it's time for...
Our ride's here.
Kalara's just gonna wave at the soldiers. And, bye, nice to meet you.
You've been a wonderful crowd.
We do birthday parties and weddings and special events.
Dragon battles.
Oh, dragon battles as well. Yeah,
I think we might be a little booked up right now.
that's true.
All right.
Kalara's gonna go try and make friends with one of the Dragonels.
It's going to kind of look at you very sheepishly. Like,
It's okay. I just didn't want them to get up and like try and like attack you.
Elrod. All right. Who's riding shotgun?
Hazeal,
I don't know what that word means. I just made it up.
do you want to have your blindfold on?
Yes, please.
Riz takes her neckerchief off and will like lead Hazeal to the Dragonel. And then once we're on, she'll put the blindfold on Hazeal.
all right. Is anybody casting another Speak with Animals?
Let's see. You know,
If only you could ritual cast it.
can we
Like
ritual
in-
cast
If you
that?
take 10 minutes,
I
yeah.
don't.
Pretty sure you can.
We can spend 10 minutes to like prepare ourselves and
Yeah.
and whatnot. Right?
Finish your drinks.
Finish the drinks. Yeah, if I can.
All right, absolutely. So there are 8 of you, which means you'll be all riding 2 abreast with the Dragonels. So you'll cast that, and the Dragonels are going to kind of turn and look at you, and Rebel's going to look your way and go, "You good?"
Think everything's in order. We have our dwarf.
I can only bring
blindfolded.
4 of my kin to you right now. The rest are busy. Apparently there's some motions to the south. Some stuff's going on. I don't know what it was, but these 4 were around here. So, as we established earlier, Aurontiros, my name's Rebel, as you know, but this is Jazanel, this is Scooter, and that's Biranoni.
Jazanel, Scooter, and Biranoni.
Biranoni. His real name's not
Oh, the one
Scooter,
that-
but he scootered around when he was a wormling. He had an intestinal affection. He hates that I said that. But and you're gonna hear, "Knock it off. Come on, Elrod.
Kalara,
You know I don't like that."
your friend's name is Scooter.
Yeah. You got friends named
Is that
Scooter?
accurate?
What's that, Kalara?
She's gonna say to the Dragonel, is that accurate? Expecting him to either nod or shake.
He's gonna look kind of bashful. Just tell him that it's because he's quick, not because he had butt worms.
It's because he's very fast.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
It'll offer a claw.
Oh, she'll shake his claw. Why
Well,
not?
Yeah.
Kelara, do you have any cookies?
Oh, probably. They might be a little
That's
stale.
right. We promised some food once we got there, but we can give them a pick-me-up.
Does Kelara find any cookies in her bag?
Yep. You're gonna find 2 remaining.
Does Riz find any cookies in?
There's 4
Of course.
Dragonels.
Riz, you'll find half a cookie.
There's 4?
There are 2 cookies that you have. There are 4 Dragonels,
Yep.
2 cook,
Yeah.
4 Dragonels, and 2.5 cookies.
Okay.
That's my favorite Panic at the Disco song.
Yeah.
We'll split the cookies.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Chris will split her half into 4 pieces very hard. Difficult.
All right. So breaking up those, you are going to grab those cookies, and from there, you're going to feed those dragonelles, which is going to be very pleasant for them. They're going to let out their dragonellish noises.
All right. Off to Kalaman.
Mm-hmm.
The dragonelles are going to lean down for you and let you mount up. And with that, Hazeal, you blindfolded on there. Are you riding with Riz or Levna?
I just got blindfolded and put on a dragonelle. I don't know who's riding with me.
All right. So
I do, however, constantly keep in mind a reaction to cast Featherfall.
Okay, that sounds good. And with that,
The whole trip.
Fair.
you take to the skies, launching yourself into the air. And I did the calculations, folks. Kalaman is quite a ways away. I'd say probably about 100 miles. However, these things can fly at 60 feet a turn, so they can casually fly about 50 miles an hour. Like 40 to 50 miles an hour.
So like 2 hours.
Yeah, it is a short, like multi-state flight, basically.
Do we get a snack? No snack?
No snack.
Dragon
Those are
got the
cookies.
snack.
We fed
Yeah,
them.
you ate the cookies. Kelara, you will find some legumes in your bag. They're slightly salty legumes. And with that, you're going to take to the sky, flying south toward Kalaman, which you are going to reach right as darkness fully takes the land. You're going to see a number of fires lit there in the town, lights burning in every one of the windows, and doubled guard duty along the walls. There's obvious tension as you arrive. But I think that's where we're going to pick up next episode, here on Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon Queen. So, congratulations, everybody. You made it back to Kalaman.
Yay!
Yay!
And
All
possibly the shortest amount of time we could have done.
Yep.
Yeah,
Maybe the
save
second
magic.
shortest.
Oh my
Other
god.
than a
magic.
teleportation circle. Or
You've
something.
literally been
which
away
I-
for 20 episodes.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
it's been a while.
Or something like that.
Been a while.
It's been a
Yeah.
while. It's true. All right, so folks, we're back at Kalaman. We will see you next week to find out what is happening in Kalaman and how they are preparing for the Dragon Army's arrival. Finally, a big thank you, though, to our sponsor for tonight, Bookwyrm Games. Thank you to everybody who came and rated us tonight here on Twitch, especially like Perception Studios and all the rest. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Also, a big thank you, of course, to everyone who is on our Patreon and helps the stream succeed. If you're watching on Twitch right now, quick reminder that it is September, where your subscriptions are way cheaper. But if you want to help the stream directly without splitting the money with someone like Amazon, you can go to patreon.com/dorktales. And you can help us raise our numbers right now. We're at around 150 patrons. If we hit 200, we're going to have a brand new campaign that people have been requesting for a very long time, and I'll actually get a play in it. So try to help us hit that number. Join us. It's for as little as $5 a month. You can get a ton of additional content, between 3 and 6 additional games a month, a podcast, a second podcast. It's a lot of stuff. I actually have to update the tiers so you know everything that you're getting, and at higher levels, even modules that I write for the stream. So consider it. It would be a great way to support us directly for the price of a cup of coffee. Because, hey, the lights don't stay on by themselves here. I wish. A big thank you to all the players here who joined us tonight, and an extra big thank you to our patrons, starting with our world building producer, Jade the Maker of Monsters, our divine producer, my mom and stepdad. Love you both big much. Our demonic Patreon member, and that is Precarious, who is a wonderful guy. You can check him out every Friday, where he runs on his own channel, twitch.tv/precarious, where he runs for Trizelta and Michael, and some members of the Dork Tales extended family and friends there. So you definitely want to check that out. You also want to, a big thank you to Tammy the Forever Cleric and the Ink Goblin, who are our wizards of the Patreon, and our High Council of the Patreon, who are Terran, Buddy, Amberthist, Raven with Baubles, Karasha Urquhart, Chef Aladeth, Larouk, Sorcerer Sanguine, Mike Baxter, and Kalin Whitebeard. You're all amazing. Thank you so much for being with us. And we'll see you next time here on Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen. Be sure to come out for Phandelver next week, but I'll push more about that next week. Good night, everybody.